Hey guys, what is going on? Welcome to tonight's AQ3 discussions. With me tonight, I have special guests Acualescent, Loki Monster, and Mads. Go ahead and introduce yourself, guys.
All right, I'll go first, I guess. Mads here, better known as Viking Bob, I guess, from the server. And I represent VIP in this guild discussion. So, yeah, just wanted to let the guys know that. Go ahead.
My name's Acualescent, and I'm here representing the Nightfall Guild, known as Night from our tagging game. Hello, everybody.
Loki.
I'm Loki Monster, and my guild's Legend of Lore.
All right.
Cheers.
Cheers. So, we're here to have a discussion about guilds here tonight, and we are gonna do it table style. Why? You're asking why my go-tos are off? My go-tos are off because we don't want people coming to us here. Do you not see my lovely setup? I can probably move Acualescent's mic around a little bit. Move my mic around a little bit. Are you laughing at my setup, Bob?
Nothing, man.
I heard a laugh.
You're good. I mean, it looks like a plastic table. That's what it looks like.
Well, I can't afford wood, okay?
Okay.
Not yet. All right. Everybody has their own mic now. Good. All right. So you need to shift yours and Loki's over to the left. Yeah, I just did. Hi, Avery. Welcome to the stream. All right. You know, I would have invited you to talk on behalf of AEF. That's
Hello,
okay.
Avery.
AF is big enough as it is already. No, a tad to the right. No, leave the mics alone. Leave the mics alone. All right. So about how long ago? 2 weeks ago? Was it 2 weeks ago, guys? We decided to pursue guilds, right? We talked about guilds and we wanted to see the first quality of life update that we get in AQ3D to be something related to guild and guild functionality, because guilds help build the community, keep people together, keep new players playing, and definitely boost community interaction and nurturing and all of that. So before we jump into the polls, I just want to give the panel a like 2 minutes each to give what their expectations for guild improvement would be within the foreseeable future, something that is tangible. And we'll start with Acualescent, and then Loki, and then Mets.
Cheers.
Right. So I've been saying this for like a year already. You guys have already heard me as a broken record over and over. We need a last online feature, like badly, to help guild management. That, and I feel we need a guild cap increase, because I don't feel 100's enough. I mean, originally when guilds came out, there were only a 20 guild cap, and that was just nonsense, right?
Yeah.
And I think for bigger guilds, 100 is just not enough. Personally, I think it should be 500, but I would like to see it increase to at least 200 to 250 for the larger guilds to manage, all of our players. And then, of course, the last online feature. That is, like, to me, that's so fucking crucial. Like, that should have happened a long time ago. Oh, officer chat. Can't forget officer chat. Like, another thing we need. Just basic guild features and basic guild functions that every game that launches a guild system typically has, I just felt that when they launched guilds, it was just kind of like, okay, here it is, guys, and here's something basic. This should keep you content for a while. And it's probably been on the back burner for a while, but it's like, it's that time. It's a quality of life update that I think really needs to happen, like, sooner than later.
Yeah, I agree. Those are three very, very important things. Wow, this is, you guys are judging my setup. Look, leave my plastic table and my JPG mics alone, okay? Listen, when we can afford better, we'll get better. All right, moving on to you, Loki.
Unfortunately, I couldn't understand a word he just said. I've got this strange echo going on.
Echo.
Oh, he was just talking about guild cap
Oh.
increase and a last online feature as well as an officer chat.
Yeah, I would like those as well. I would be nice if we could have members leave messages.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Okay.
Yeah. Like a way to
Sort of
message
like
people
a
in
chat
game.
history. Yeah, a chat
Mhm.
history. So when you're offline, you can come on and you can see what's going on with your guild.
Within
So
at
you
least
can
like the last 5 hours or
backtrack.
something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, welcome to Sir Fainal. Apparently he could make it tonight. All right.
What is up, gamers? I didn't want to interrupt, so I just stay quiet.
All right.
Gamers, what are you?
We
Are
are
you YouTube intro?
we are on the green. We're on the green server. In your Guardian Tower, Mr. Fainal. So if you want to come, our go-tos are off. But if you want to come, you can find us up in the tower with the table, and I will get you a mic. So Bob might need to come around a little bit.
Yeah, sorry for being late. I didn't know if I'm gonna be able to make it or not.
No, that's cool. That's cool.
I go. I'll give you a hug, man.
All right, cool. We're holding hands.
Dude, what's up, Fainal?
Hi, Aka. How you been?
I've been good, brother. Long time.
Yeah,
Since
how's
last
the
we talked
WoW
online,
guild
man.
going?
It's going, but I just bitched about features that we need. But yeah, it's going. I'll bitch at you about 'em some more.
Okay, where do I stand?
I guess near me.
Yeah, you can
Oh,
you
you have a
stand.
setup.
Yeah.
Mm.
Pelimod just called
Okay,
it
I
weird,
see.
but it's okay. All right, nice.
Does that work?
That works.
Yeah.
That works.
Perfect. I'm kind of looking into the void. I'm gonna rotate a little bit more.
All right, that works. Okay, so we have a
Real
full.
quick,
Yeah, we have a full chat tonight. Sorry, what were you saying,
Second.
Acualescent?
yeah, one
Swear.
Fainal, like seriously, bro, we cannot hear what the fuck you're saying with your helmet on in game. I think it needs to come off.
It's part of the charm. The echo enhances my voices. You will hear me less if I take it off.
I see. All right, well, stream can hear you guys just fine. I've equalized your volumes as much as I can to match my volume as well as match everybody each other's volume. So yeah. All right, let's see how this goes. So Lokimons. So far we have from Acualescent last online feature, guild cap increase for some strange reason, and an officer chat. And Loki Monster wants to see like a chat history, so you can come on and see what's been going on in the guild. Each time Lag swears he owes me 5 gold. I didn't swear. Acualescent swore. It doesn't count. I don't owe you gold. All right. Is there anything else you want to add, Loki, before we move on to Mads?
It would be nice to have messaging and guild events as well.
Oh yeah. To be able to do guild specific events and definitely to be able to send messages while offline to guild members, like a little mailing system. That would be really nice to have too. On to you, Mads. Thank you, Loki.
All right. So what I'd want is first of all, I don't know why us officers are not able to change the message of the day. I feel like we should
hate
have that. We should be able to do that. And also maybe like a recruitment tab for like those new players hopping into the game. Maybe they reach a certain level. I don't know. Other games do this all the time. They reach a certain level and they have like a recruitment tab for like guilds that want to recruit. You know, for example, let's say VIP wants to open up for recruitment, right? So people can request to join. You know, so we'd have our guild, you know, out there for people to look at. If guilds want to do that, you know, obviously it would be a good way to get members in and all of that, you know. And honestly, as well, I'd say maybe, yeah, an officer chat, like Acualescent said. Yeah, that's pretty good. And yeah, that's about it from my side. I mean, just simple features from my side.
Oh yeah, officers definitely do need more power, and recruitment is. I didn't even think about recruitment actually. Morphe says he seconds that because he doesn't like the power of being leader. He's too toxic. And yeah, I think guilds should have a recruitment tab so people can see the available guilds. The question now comes in: how do we rank these guilds? Right. So
Actually,
go ahead.
Yogi has a point there about chat log history, and not only chat log history, maybe like a log history for like
Actions
let's
and
say
stuff.
when actions when let's say an officer kicks someone, right? It would say like their name kicked this person, so you know to avoid those conflicts when it comes to guilds.
Oh yeah.
You know.
And then I won't be able to use the excuse that I used in the past when I kicked somebody that nobody in the guild liked. I said, I don't know who kicked you, bro.
Yeah, I know.
I'm kidding.
Listen.
That was a joke. For legal reasons, that was a joke.
Listen, whenever you kick someone, it actually does not say the person who kicked you. So you, as a member, I don't know. It feels like kind of unfair sometimes when you get kicked off of the guild and the leader doesn't know about it. That I've seen this scenario happen a lot. So having show who kicked you is really important, I think.
It is. All right. And moving on to you, Sir Fainal. Sorry to cut you off, Mads.
Yeah, go ahead. That's all. I'm done.
Okay, so I'm catching up. What's the question? What's the dynamic here?
Oh, we were just going over what we would like to see as basic functionalities before we get into the polling that we did and looked at some of the comments on the polls and the results of the polls and all of that, and then from there we will move on to trying to, within our realm of discussions, narrow down what is feasible, what is not feasible within a timely manner, and decide on those things and as what we would like to push for to see implemented.
Okay, I see. Yeah, sorry if I look more lost than usual. It's because I came late, so
yeah, and you sound really tired as well.
With me. yeah. I opened an energy drink, so I'm able to be here.
Nice.
Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to be here.
Also, I see Nate in the background there representing AEF.
I see him. Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
Should I introduce myself or?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, you missed the introduction, so go ahead.
I got Matt's introduction, so I'm gonna paraphrase him. So, okay, I'm Fainal. Some of you guys know me, Sir Fainal. I guess I'll be counting as representing the Guardians, that's my guild. Yeah, most of what I'm gonna say here is just a clarification. Gonna be more on the player side because guilds is not kind of my forte or where I work on the team. So everything that I'm gonna say is gonna be from the player's perspective because I'm also a player.
All right, lovely. Thank you for being here anyway. I really do appreciate it.
Thank you for inviting me.
Oh, geez, Mads in chat. All right, so now that we've gone over that, are there any things that you in particular would like to see?
You know what? I found myself agreeing with most of what the guys were already saying. Except for maybe guild cap increase. I don't think it's that necessary.
I will argue that.
I think Acualescent is the only person. Acualescent is the only person who would be asking that. Probably Night Guild and AEF are the only two guilds who hit the 100 capacity and have a problem with it.
Every conversation that I have with Aka is about increasing guild cap.
Guild cap increase when? Bro, seriously, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's literally how our conversation starts.
Oh, jeez.
But I guess what I don't remember who said it, the being able to change the guild message of the day from the officers. I cannot fathom how many times I have had that thought at the same time. Because it's so annoying. The fact that sometimes I just have time and my friends wants to help out and change the guild message of the day, and they require me to log in with unlimited time so I can change it. I'm like, oh my god, yeah, this is really annoying.
No, I just want to change it so Nyx doesn't change it. That's all.
Bro. All right,
Yeah, that
lovely.
one is a big one for me.
So, all right, thank you, Sir Fainal. Thank you, Acualescent. Thank you, Loki.
Mhm.
Thank you, Mads, as well. All right, so now let's get into why we're doing this as a focus of today's stream. I have fancy things over here as well. Look at that. All right, so this is a poll that I ran on Twitter. And I mean, unfortunately, it was supposed to be longer than 24 hours. So we only got, I think it's 107 votes, but 93%, 93.5% of people voted yes. Read. 1 second. What does Nate want me to read?
No idea.
Other guilds that are passed on 100 and have multiple extra guilds. Yeah, no. I was making a joke when I said that only AEF and Knight had that problem, Yogi. It was a joke. But not that many guilds overall want the guild cap increase. But I guess same thing with the friends list as well. But yeah, as you can see on Twitter, it was overwhelmingly positive as to most people want to see guild content, some sort of update to guilds. And then we also have on Facebook, because I posted on both the AQ3D community and the AQ Adventure Quest 3D community, and both of these were also overwhelmingly positive, with 91% on the AQ3D community and 100% on the Adventure Quest 3D community. Right? So with results like that across different social media, right, I decided to also include the comments. Right, so I want to take a look at some of the comments. I hope I blurred everything out. I tried to skip some of the comments that, you know, had no relevance. So sorry if some of those were still in there. Right. So somebody said that any acknowledgement that a guild exists on their game plans would be accommodating. So anything from the dev team to indicate that guilds are being worked on would be nice. He claims that Gold Raven said in a stream like a week or two ago, which would be like 3 weeks ago now, that they have something planned guild related before summer, right? But I don't know how true that is. So moving on to the next comment, somebody said another interesting idea would be guild type designation, which should be adjusted like during guild creation. I'm guessing this comes from other games where there are like factions and deities and stuff where you can choose allegiance and you get specific bonuses for that. And then stuff like guild quest or guild bosses or little contest or rewards, basically anything guild related. So basically, I think that ties into what Loki was saying. Am I right, Loki? About guild specific events.
Yep.
All right. And I'll go over the other comment thread before I go back to the other screen, and then we will come back and go through the rest of the comments. Then somebody said the first step would be correcting the current location of guildmates, which, unlike the friends list, you don't get the current location of your guild members. It's wherever they are when they log in, or when you log in, is what would be represented when you look at your guild list, which is kind of, yeah,
it's when they last log in or when they last log out. Whenever you log in. So
okay.
Whenever, if you log in 2 hours later and they still join in the Guardian Tower, for example, at the moment that they log in, that's going to show up until that person logs out.
Yeah. All right. Thank you for that. Mads, could you just read what Nate said in chat? I missed it. My chat box is really small on my end, so I miss a lot of stuff. That's why I need a third screen.
Nate said he was replying to Acualescent. He said, as a programmer, not overly, and he said they keep saying stuff is difficult when it really isn't, especially as someone who does object-oriented programming.
Oh, okay. Well, we won't get into that side of the discussion. We're here to talk about things that we want, not about the technicalities and all of that behind the matter. right? But I cannot agree enough with this comment, correcting the guild locations as a guild leader myself. Like when you ask people to show up for guild meetings and stuff, and they don't show up, and you see them in Boog's Tavern, for example, they're like, okay, but they're actually not in Boog's Tavern. They were AFK in somewhere else. Next comment is Arctic should establish a group bonus about like an XP bonus for joining guilds. I don't think that is very feasible. That's just my take on it. Because joining groups is often pointless. Joining guilds is pointless unless it's like a glorified friends list, more or less. And then the final comment on this thread says, it would be nice if you could buy guild slots and then disband. The new guild has the same amount of slots. So if you were a guild leader and you disbanded a guild previously that had, let's say you bought a 150 slot upgrade, if you make a new guild, it would retain that. I don't agree with that personally, but we'll get into the feedback about that afterwards. So back to you guys.
So first thing I want to mention is regarding guild bosses and guild stuff. So I was thinking maybe, we could have a guild raid. And by that, I mean, like, we get guild specific tokens, right? Which there would be a specific shop somewhere, I don't know, around Battle-On, that we could enter like an area. Like, you know how Cicero has his own house and his own forge or whatnot? We'd have like a guild house. Like in AQ Worlds, there's like this specific place that's just only for guilds, right?
Yeah.
So you enter it and all of that. Why not have tokens so that we can, be able to use them for something like, let's say, we get XP boosts if we run the raids. Let's say we guild tasks, and we have a guild raid specific to those tasks, right? So yeah, and then maybe like a guild donation system where you donate a couple of gold. I don't know, just to increase the benefits that you get, basically.
Okay.
I wouldn't say Guild Wars. I wouldn't say Guild Wars because that's just getting into a lot of trouble. But let's just say guild raids for now.
Oh, okay, that's interesting because one of the comments that we'll come into later on did touch on that actually. So we went through the comments on the first page, which spoke about like the updating the last scene list. So is everybody in agreement with that? Everybody on the panel, everybody in chat?
What, agree about what? Sorry,
updating the last scene to be just like the friends list, the last online.
Oh yeah, hell yeah, definitely. Yeah. I'm on board with that.
No, I'm not gonna say that. I need to be constantly stopping myself during the I'm supposed to be a normal player, so yeah, you're gonna see a lot of that. Me stopping myself of giving more information than I should.
All right, I will respect that. I'll respect that.
Thank you for respecting that. I appreciate that a lot.
Also, welcome everybody. Welcome to the stream. All right. So people also threw out the idea about guild designation type. I don't think that should be on the table right now until we have like more guild functionality. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I agree on that.
I mean, it sounds really niche, something that a really organized guild will be able to use. Like, I can see myself using it. However, I also see that it is extremely niche and maybe will be good for like guilds that are really into role playing, like paladins guilds that have like ranks, stuff like that. So everyone have like a function. But as I said, it's super niche. I don't think it is.
Yeah, for like a very small specific group of players.
Precisely.
Personally, like, I love all these suggestions. There's great things that people are throwing out there, like guild world bosses and events, whatnot. Right now, knowing how AE goes and how often we get certain updates, I think the core functionality of guilds needs to be done first and foremost. Like the real raw basics to make it an open game, like live guild system, because the guild system is severely lacking. And MMOs are known for their guild functions or just having guilds in general, And lacking these core features, I think, is something that needs to be upfront foremost. And then we can worry about all the candy and the icing on the cake, basically, Yeah. We need the core function.
Okay, that I can get on board with. What about you, Loki?
Um. Well, there is one other thing I didn't mention that I would like to see with the guilds is my guild is set up differently. We have a co-led guild. We don't have a specific I am the leader. There are 4 of us who created it as friends. And that's how we run it. And it would be nice to actually have leader control, like you said, to post messages and stuff like that when you are just in the officer's position.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, that's a core function that needs to be addressed. Having different ranks of officers to implement and give them roles specifically. Like you could set a recruiter role, and the recruiter has the ability to recruit, but they can't change the guild message of the day. As well as you, Loki, we also have 3 people who run our guild as well. It's Acer, Watercolors, and myself are the 3 guild leads, and we share the functions and one single account that's ultimately leading the guild. So the 3 of us can change that.
Yeah, I agree on that. Same thing goes for me as well. Like VIP, we have like 7 people that lead the guild pretty much, and we all take core decisions when it comes to like inviting someone and all of that. So I don't know, being able to change a message of the day and being able to feel like an actual leader instead of just
auxiliary,
an officer. Yeah, it's just, I don't know. It feels like the officer is stuck in the. It's just stuck as a member. It doesn't feel like an actual leader, honestly.
I would agree with that. That the officer pretty much is like a glorified member, or like a
who has perks of inviting.
Member. Yeah, kicking and inviting. That's all the only perks or attributes that the officer has. Besides that, the officer is just a regular member. Doesn't have any more extra perks.
Yeah. All right, welcome to everybody who is just tuning into the stream. Tonight we are discussing guilds and guild functionality and what we would like to see in future updates. We were just going over some of the comments that came out of the poll that we did recently. 11 says a UI rework for new player experience and a UI rework for how guilds look should be considered as well. I'll make note of that. But anything UI related does take time, and the longer we want to focus down on things that we can get in a timely manner, feasible things. But I will note it.
Okay, here's another point that I've got. For the new players that are joining the game, there's no sort of explanation towards guilds. Like, it feels more player side than game side, which is ridiculous. I mean, you look at other MMOs, right? When you reach a certain level, let's say you reach level 10, right?
Yeah.
They start explaining to you, like, look, these are guilds. You get benefits from them, right? And when you join them, you are able to interact with these people, which will be nice to you to help you. That's why I feel like most of these players are lost in the game. They don't know what to do. So being able, if the game directed them towards people that know how the game works already, right? Everyone would be happy in general.
Yeah. So maybe like when you hit level 10, because I don't know if you guys know this, but you cannot create a guild until you are level 8. And it costs a certain amount of gold, which a level 8 player would usually not have.
50k.
Yeah.
Okay, so another point that I have, I'd say, is they said they're burning down the starting area, right?
Supposedly, yes.
Supposedly. Okay. Why not implement somewhere around the end of the starting area, like something that explains about guilds? That's just a suggestion.
But before, I was jumping to get rid of the AFK before it disconnects me automatically.
Yeah.
So what I was gonna suggest is, or rather ask you guys, before we jump back into the other comments, because actually no, I think we should take a look at the other comments because it's gonna tie into what I'm gonna ask. Right, so I want you to keep that point about having an area for people to look at guilds on display, right? And I'll just remember that there are about, let's say, 200, 300 different guilds in this game, because every single player, once they hit level 8 and have 50k gold, they can create a guild, right? So we have to figure out some way of sorting and filtering. So now let's take a look at some of the other comments on the Twitter thread. Right, and this is what you wanted to stay away from. This is talking about guild wars, so people would have a purpose to join a guild. Again, that is something that's a little too out of the way right now, and if they were to implement it, it would be highly unbalanced, because there are probably like only about 10 or 11 guilds that would probably be participating or able to participate in guild wars. Yeah. Also, thank you for the follow, Tenshu. Much love. Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the stream.
The only one that I see accessible on that list is the guild emblem, because that's entirely cosmetic and doesn't affect any kind of gameplay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, because other than that, they have Guild Castle, which is like housing. That's off the list until we get actual housing. Guild Quest, daily or weekly. That is something that I am personally interested in, because it'll be a bonus for joining the guild. It will make you want to join a guild. So you get extra gold, extra XP for being in a guild, and like Fainal said, the guild emblem or customization, or a guild flag, so you have something showing that you're part of this guild, some sort of solidarity, so you don't have to force your members to wear what is in their opinion ugly cosmetics. You might think it's the nicest thing in the world, like I think my armor set is the nicest cosmetic in the entire game, but some people think it's the ugliest thing they've ever seen. So to each their own.
A guild cape would be awesome too.
Yeah. So a guild cape would give people the option of having some sort of solidarity without having to sacrifice their sense of fashion. Guild list rankings, we'll get into that a bit later. And a recurring point would be guild exclusive events. Right? So keep that in mind as we go on. And to wrap up, no, we have two more before we wrap up the Twitter thread. Which echoes the point about guild quests, guild exclusive things. This one's interesting. Guild levels, right? You spend gold to upgrade the level cap of your guild, or the player cap, of your guild. So level 1 is your base guild that will require like 1 to 100 people. And to upgrade to 200 people, you need to spend a significant amount of gold, or you would have to have members contribute. I think a good way for that would be have members contribute towards leveling that up, towards that.
Yeah.
All right, and then the third comment on this page would have been about the same guild emblem, guild flag, customizable thing. And the final thing is something that I really think was important. More guild content is important for this game because it's their chance to bring back some old players, and it will keep the community alive, right? And the last thing would be, another thing would be gift or trade craftable items for guild variants. Like you using a guild mailing system, you'd be able, or a guild storage system, you'd be able to do things. But I think that's very far out of the.
Like, even trading is not even in the game, and you're asking for. Let's not get into that.
The only way that I can see that being possible is if they somehow adapt the banking system that we already have and go build from the bank system
for a guild bank. Oh, I see.
Yeah. So if instead of a guild trading or a guild emailing, it becomes like a guild bank vault that every member of the guild can come out. That's the only way that I can see it being remotely foreseeable in the future.
Yeah.
That's a good idea, man.
Yeah, that is a good idea. Neverwinter. I'm not sure if how many of you play Neverwinter. Neverwinter has a guild feature similar to that. When I was a guild leader on Neverwinter, you could control who has access. Everybody has access to put things in the guild vault, but only certain ranks like officers and the leader would have ability to take things out and give it to other players. So maybe that'll be a way of incentivizing people to earn ranks in their guild. So maybe establishing more ranks in your guild would help, other than just like leader, officer.
About ranks, I don't think ranks should be obtainable. Obtainable via, like, let's say if they implement guild tasks, right?
Yeah. And
you're able to eventually, over time, become like somewhere close to an officer.
Yeah.
Right?
No, that should be like promoted by the guild leader or the officers. That should be entirely autonomous.
I feel like that should Yeah, I feel like officers should be able to promote as well.
Mm-hmm.
Like there should be a rank between. I don't know if you play AQ roles, there's a rank below member, right? Where you're not able to speak in the guild chat, right? I forgot what it's called. Duffer, I think. It's called Duffer, I think. I don't remember correctly, but having that in here, I think would be a lot better because officers would be able to mute certain members when they're going out of control in some cases, like saying some stuff that is, let's say hurtful, and you want to control the situation in the guild. So you're able to duffer members. So put them below a rank below member, so they're not able to speak in the guild chat.
Just kick them out of the fucking guild.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, man. No. There are I'm telling you, listen, there are certain situations, like, dude, I am that person that would kick people right off the bat. Don't get me wrong. But I'm saying there are certain situations where it could be escalated better, right?
Yeah.
So
de-escalating.
Being able to mute someone, right, to get them to calm down a little bit so they can realize what's going on in the situation, so I don't know. I feel like that should be an option available for officers and leaders, of course.
To moderate. Yeah, I agree with that. Usually when dealing with guild conflict, which is not something that I'm really comfortable speaking, I usually try to de-escalate situations, and kicking them out, you pretty much are losing a member or sacrificing a member for the sake of the guild
The peace, yeah.
Which in my opinion is never, when you lose a member, regardless of the situation that you lose it, is never a good outcome for the guild that you're trying to build. So having methods of de-escalation, as Mats was trying to say, like muting, some people just get heated in the moment, and when you mute them, even if you mute both of them,
they just leave.
Yes, they just log out. Eventually, some people are just gonna leave the guild no matter what, even if you mute them or you try to correct them, which is gonna end up losing a member. But having those systems of de-escalation can help the guild be able to deal with moderation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Melody. Thank you, Bacon Maldazar, for the gifted subs. Much love. All right, and thank you guys for all of the follows. Welcome to everybody that is watching the stream. Welcome. And I'm gonna ask you guys to keep the coding questions down, because, well, one, since I'm moderating the chat and the stream more or less, I am not a coder, and I don't want to say anything that is incorrect, or I don't want to dismiss things that I shouldn't dismiss, or I don't want to entertain things that I should not entertain. So to avoid that in its entirety, I don't want to talk about things that get into specifics of coding. All right. So, and I don't want to spark arguments in chat about that either. Lag of hacking? No. Lag doesn't know how to code. Lag cannot hack. All right. Well, no, let's leave it at that. All right. So,
well,
go ahead.
I was going to say, touching on that subject a little bit, but not really, is that I think a lot of comparisons or ideas that people try to draw for this game come from like triple MMO titles, whereas they have teams and not hundreds, but they've got grips of people working on this shit, Yeah. So I think some of these ideas are like, they're awesome ideas, but it's just too far fetched. I mean, look at the game and what we have now. Some of those ideas I think are just not plausible. So I think we need to focus on the more eminent short term and higher need, some simple things we need to make the guilds better and going,
Yeah.
But standing in the ranks and all that, like all that's feasible, but it's like we have to understand how they work and how small of a team they are. We can't compare them to like World of Warcraft or Guild Wars because that's just stupid.
That and AQ3D is its own type of MMO, right? The games, there's a clear focus on what the MMO is, right? Lagger, now how many bleeps can I put in one video? I'm actually not gonna bleep it because I can't get monetized on YouTube anyway, right? So it is my video can't get demonetized, and my channel is marked as not for kids anyway, so it's fine. But that being said, forget the point I was making. within the realm of feasibility, we want to work on things that, or we want to ask for things that would help make a significant impact while taking the least amount of time away from working on other things that would satisfy people who do not want the guild content. So whoever that is basically saying AQ3D is not what. Let me...
If you allow me, I was thinking of an interaction that I had today with another player, somewhat new player. He was max level, but he was just joining more of the end game play, right? We were hunting dragons on the wasteland, and this person didn't know what we were doing, right? So they luckily run into us, and we explained what we were doing, that we're hunting dragons and stuff like that, and how the whole method works, that you're running trains or other servers. So that got me thinking the fact that this person, if they don't run into us, because there is not a system right now in the game that allows you to track war bosses, right? If they were not running to us and we were not kind enough to like explain them what we were doing, right? That person will have no idea to understand one of a cultural phenomenon that happens in the game, which are these trains when you jump servers to hunt war bosses.
Yes.
If this person was not in a guild, if this person had the ability to join a guild through a in-game system or look for a guild, whatever guild they will have joined, any well-established guild will have been able to explain to him what was going on. What I'm trying to point towards is that AQ3D, to rescue a little bit what Lag was saying, what is the kind of identity that this game has. AQ3D is a highly social game, a highly social MMO.
Yeah.
On an era that social actions and social interactions are kind of dying in MMOs in general, AQ3D has a lot of that, and it's something that sparks for it. So anything that is done that encourages other players to join social circles, to interact with other players, in this case, something like finding guilds in the beginning, in the first place, will go a long way on helping something that is already a culture on this game, which is how social this game is. I don't know if I went too deep there.
Yeah. I want to touch on what Helimod said. He's like, so basically what Acualescent was saying is that the AQ3 team won't dedicate resources to giving players what they want. And I'm not trying to defend AE here. I'm sorry, Fainal, but I just want to say that I don't think that is the argument that we should be making. I think we should be looking at what has been happening for the past couple of months. And if we as a community want things to happen, we can't just be antagonistic. We need to be willing to accept that, okay, certain things are the way they are now, but we need to start taking small steps to try and get it to where we need to be instead of trying to take the whole leap in one go. Right? Small steps, one at a time. Also, thank you for the gifted sub from the anonymous gifter. All right, thank you to everybody that is watching. If you're new here, please consider following. We have these discussions almost every week on a Thursday. If you want me to move it to another time, maybe onto weekends or something, let me know.
Fainal got replaced.
Jeez.
I have my go-tos off. I don't know how he made it.
Because you have to, when you turn your go-tos off, you have to open settings a bunch of times to actually turn it off without relogging.
Yeah, I hate that bug.
Quality of life.
Another fix that needs to be done.
The AQ3D team's priorities aren't in the right place. Well, we aren't the ones to say that, and well, Fainal asked to be here as a player and not as a AQ3D dev. So I won't put the heat on him on this stream because I'll defeat the entire purpose of why I'm having these discussions, and we won't get to the point or the end result that we want, because at this point, if we start going down the road of they shoulda, woulda, coulda, then we just keep going in circles and circles and circles and circles, right?
Yeah.
Especially when none of us work there and know what's actually going on. I mean,
sometimes you just have to accept it is what it is.
Exactly.
Yeah, none of us work there, so what the hell?
Some of us work there. Acualescent just fired Fainal. Oh, jeez. All right.
get Faulkner.
Yeah, and it's not me making excuses for AE. This is me standing up for what I want as a player and using my platform to selfishly ask for it along with other players. That is what this is. And I'm not afraid to say it.
Yeah, that's what you do also, Hanuman, on AQ World. So, I mean, why are you jumping here and asking irrelevant questions? I don't understand, man, but okay.
Then they're not entirely irrelevant because I do understand where he's coming from, being a past person who was pushing for all of these changes that we're asking for now. But he was asking for them all in one go. And he does have, for some reason, he has more insight than we do into the going on of things. But
point is, I'm not disrespecting Helly and who he is. I know he's a great player and he's been in the community way more or longer than most of us are, right?
Yeah.
But if you already quit the game, what is the point of coming around biting the dog's tail for no reason? There's no reason to.
No, I wouldn't say there's
because he wants to come back.
Yeah, I was about to say that, Loki.
He's always welcome to come back, but if he's just sitting there like talking, like this comment right here, the AQ3D team is capable. They're not capable. You don't know what's going on behind the scenes. You cannot say they're capable. You cannot decide for them. That's the thing. That's what I meant. That's my point. People think AQ3D team is like capable. They're not at all. Trust me.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't say the AQ3D team isn't capable. I'm making all of my assumptions off of the things that we've gotten in the past couple of months and the kind of things that we've seen coming out of things that we've been asking for. So I'm not saying that the team can do this, the team can do that, or whatever the case may be. And yeah, even though Helly isn't a content creator anymore and he doesn't really play the game, he does log in from time to time. So he still is a player and his opinions are valid, but it's just that you can't keep asking the same question or saying the same thing that the team won't do this, the team won't do that, the team won't do XYZ when we're just trying to discuss what we as players want to see from guilds, because that's what the discussion here today is about. What we think is feasible for them to do, what we think we can get if we ask for, basically. It's not saying that anything is out of the realm of possibility. It's just the timeline in which such things would get done would be a lot narrower if we ask for things that are a little less demanding on resources, demanding on time. And that's why I brought everybody together, because no one person has all the great ideas. But when you talk and you discuss things, you know, this is how beneficial things come about, and this is how fruitful discussion takes place. And then we have something that eventually comes out of it, right? If nothing comes out of it, then probably we wasted our time. Then you can come back and laugh at me in a couple months and say, ha ha ha, like I told you so, and I'll be fine with that. But until then, let's just see where this goes, right? I think we're doing what we can do as a community, and I think that's a good step, right? And obviously you guys are interested in that, otherwise there would not be so much of you here. Also, thank you, Prestical, for the follow.
Good point. I guess the way that I try to see these things, which is a more constructive approach, is even with people like Helimod, which are clearly frustrated, I still try to rescue some where are the frustration coming from, because I understand it to a certain degree. So even if they're maybe like antagonistic or sometimes even aggressive, or with people that you see taking takes on guilds, for example, right? There is something, almost always something that you can rescue, or like trying to guide that frustration to see, okay, what is this person? Why is this person so frustrated about guilds that is it come to this point, right? And that's when you try to take the conversation to a more constructive side. Okay, but what exactly would you like to see, instead of being so destructive or so inflammatory about it, right?
Yeah. Also, this is off the topic of guilds. Morphe does have a point. Stop nerfing all our XP and gold grinds.
Hey, no, I'm not gonna say anything.
You know, adding on to what Fainal was just saying about how people have these expectations and whatnot, I think there's a lot of small stuff that AE has put in the back burner, and all those little small things have just built up, and it's kind of a clusterfuck. And some of them are like a couple years old, you know, like Batwing animation when. I think AE really needs to address all the small backburner projects, and just get them done. And even if you gotta do like skip a weekly update or 3 of them, just do it and get all the small quality of life fixes that really need to be done that just makes us happy. I mean, the simplest things make us happy. Wings fucking flapping make us happy. So like, and we've been asking that for 2 years. Like, come on, guys. Like, ugh. And here's the other side of that though, is when they don't do these small little fixes over a certain amount of time, then it makes them look lazy, when that probably isn't the situation. The situation is they just moved on to projects, have forgotten about it, and they just don't have the time to focus on it. But when it takes so long to do it, it just appears lazy. And that's where this heat from a lot of us old time gamers is coming from. We're just like, dude, like, what the fuck? It's been years since you guys said this stuff. When's it coming? It's a small little fix, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Every time
I
Acualescent
understand that
swears, I take a sip of my coffee. I'm gonna be out of coffee very soon.
Just drink out of the fucking pot, bro.
Oh my god.
I gotta drink more, man.
Yeah, alright. So yeah, I just want to concur with what Acualescent is saying. We've been saying that for years now, actually. Well, I've been saying that for a while. Let me just read what Helly says, because it's a wall of text that will get lost. He says, I hop in here, listen for a bit, and then make opinion based on what's being said. I agree these are things that you guys are passionate about, and the team should take note in AQ3D's game. It's them picking and choosing what they want to work on. It rarely ever aligns with what the players want. When they do make something that the people want, it gets praised, but quickly abandoned afterwards. That is fair. But that's the point. We wanna try and influence the picking and choosing of what the players want, right?
That's true. I mean, okay, look at Nulgath when it released, right? We were praising it practically. Give it some time. We discovered some bugs, and we were like, "Oh, this update turned out to be." Yeah, see, that's the problem. That's the issue here, right? The update is good, right? But the follow-up fixes are not there at all. Like, there's no like that someone who will fix it on the spot, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, the bug appears, he fixes it on the spot, right? It's not there at all. Like, most of the old bugs, glitches, and all of those things are just left out, and they're just stacking over time, right?
Yeah.
And it just becomes hard for them to even fix the game. So it makes the game look bad.
It adds
in general.
it adds to player frustration, which is what Acualescent was saying.
Yep, builds up over
And-
time.
And we come full
time.
circle. I'm not sure if you've seen my latest video, Fainal. Well, not my latest, my previous video. Where I made an issue highlighting the lighting issue and the texture issues on different maps that basically makes it unplayable, right? And as Acualescent was saying, a lot of people do agree with this sentiment, because I've seen it in chat a couple times, is we don't mind it. No, not the Sailor Moon video. We don't mind if AE takes a couple of weeks off of content updates to fix bugs and give us quality of life things. And this is how we come full circle. And because if you give us guild updates and guild content, small guild quality of life fixes, then we have more things to do and interact with our guild members to do. We will have more reason to play the game while giving you guys time to fix the issues. So
Yeah, bro. My suggestion for that, something I personally would love to see, but I know it'll piss off players, is just like do this like 1, 2, or even 3 months. Just give us 1 monthly update with new content, not too much, but cosmetic set, whatever, but with a ton of quality of life fixes for the game, and release a patch note extensively showing what happened. I think that'll make a lot of the core old school players happy. It's like, finally, all these small things we've been literally bitching about for years are getting addressed and getting fixed with a minor content update. Like, fix the core game. It's live. The core game really needs to be polished.
yeah, like Neverwinter, for example, and I use Neverwinter a lot because it's one of my favorite games. Neverwinter would release an expansion like once every 3 months, once every quarter, with a lot of content, and they would address previous bug fixes and stuff in that. And yeah, but we're going off topic here in terms of quality of life things, and we're losing focus on guilds. But while we are off topic, I just want to say having like a battle pass and an improvement to the daily task system, making it more meaningful, like using a battle pass type.
I've got to say this out loud, man. Like, I feel that weekly updates, like them promising we do this weekly thing, might be hindering them really focusing on core production. I'm curious to know how many days or hours a week is dedicated for the weekly update, because if more than half your week is taken up doing a weekly update, that means all the stuff on the back burner isn't being touched, you know?
My ISP just doesn't want me to have this discussion. And my upload, okay, my upload speed is 11. I don't know why it's 11. We pay for more than 11, but we only get 11. All right. Anyways,
like how much time they actually spend on weekly update content, and if it's actually possibly hurting the game. Again, this is all speculation shit. This is stuff I just wonder about, like, if the weekly updates are taking that much time from core production. If it's taking, 60% to 75% of your week, then maybe shelf the weekly things for a while, let the community know, and focus on overall big upgrades or updates.
Yeah, what I was saying before the disconnection, I just remembered, is that didn't they say that they were going to focus on only one update a month? Like one big update a month?
They've done, like, the past 2 years, they've done so many different, like, questionnaires and stuff. I've, like, lost count what the fuck they're supposed to do, so.
Okay. They did say big updates per month, and they have been giving them, but it doesn't feel like it's a big update, right? It's just like Nullgath, for example, when they gave us Nullgath. Like, don't get me wrong, that's something the game needed severely, because we had nothing to do. Like, endgame players had nothing to do aside from PvPing, which some hate. So, but I'd rather, dude, this is my personal opinion as well. Like, going back on Acualescent's point, I'd rather have them just sit down for a whole month, right? Look over those bugs that they have, right? And just get them done and just release patch notes. That'll be the biggest update for me, right? Because then I know the game is getting better, right? It's not like going worse and worse, because each update they release, they get new bugs. Each update they release, they get new bugs. Like, it just increases, and like, it doesn't help with the game state at the moment. Like, it's very poor. So making it worse is just, it's just killing the game slowly and slowly. It's like they're poisoning it, So
why was 11 timed out?
I'm not sure, but
I'm not sure what's going on in chat. Anyway,
should be good.
Yeah. Okay, whatever is going on, can you guys just calm down a little bit?
They're saying I don't hear anything. I'll try reloading. Someone said Luna.
Oh no, there's something going on between Nate and 11 and all of that and Helly. So anyways, drama aside, everything seems to be green on my end. So if you can't hear me, just try reloading. Yeah. All right.
Relax, people. Relax.
Yeah, I know these AQ3D discussions can get a little heated. Yeah, let me just type in chat to reload in case people can't hear me.
Yeah, I saw someone say that they couldn't hear you.
All right, there we go. So yeah, I think the last thing I said before all of this happened was that I think they made a blog post or 2 consecutive posts about doing monthly updates, like one update a month or something, one major update a month. Like, I see Loki nodding in agreement with me. Is that correct, Loki?
Yeah, it is correct. I believe they said that they were going to work on one main thing, and then small filler content. I don't want to say filler content, but
It's okay. Don't worry.
Yeah, I mean that's technically what it was.
It is.
God, I'm gonna sound like a fanboy here, but let's talk about what Arctic said last time he was on how he lost programmers and shit. When you lose core people in your production team and you're a small team, that really hurts, man. And I speak from experience. So I give them the benefit of the doubt, but at the same time is if there's still stuff you could do that we know you could do that we've seen being done already in game currently with the current team, prioritize them to do the stuff that the community's like literally been begging for a couple of years, which is quality of life updates. I mean, ultimately that's what this comes down to is quality of life updates, like polish the game. You know, again, broken record, dude. Let's get it polished.
Yeah, I agree with that.
But let me help them a bit. What is your definition? Because I've seen several definitions of what a quality of life update is. What is your personal definition of a quality of life update, Agar?
Okay, so like again, basic guild functions, bug fixes that need to be done. Like, God, I'm not even gonna list the bug fixes, but those could happen. Even graphic updates and just certain minuscule little things like quality of life stuff that makes the game easier and just looks more polished. And this is something I want to bring up, and I'm saying it now, but like the Soulborn axe, can that get an update? Like little bomb ass updates like that for a legendary hard to get item, that's quality of life, and players love that shit. Like a simple graphic fix that makes your weapon look bomb that anyone could acquire. Like people will eat that shit up, you know?
Yeah.
So it's just basic, all the small little things, batwing animations, the dragon wing animation, like the stiff bat wings, whatever. Like just stuff like that. It's all these small little knickknacks, you know, the clipping on certain things, more hair, the barbershop being upgraded, you know, all these little things. Okay, I ran off. You guys could go.
Yeah.
Well,
go ahead.
I mean, adding to his point, I mean, you know, you have, I mean, I know Fainal already reports these, so, and they're not getting fixed. So, speaking of him as a tester, but now as a player, if you want to hear my side of it, it's ruining every side of the game. It's not only ruining PvE, it's ruining PvP. There's a lot of samurai bugs, which need to be fixed. There's a lot of ninja bugs, which need to be fixed. And ninja has been a class for a long time, right? Being able to burn from being able to use a melee skill from far away. And by the way, we found out that skill is actually not an MS thing. So even if you have low MS, you should be able to do it. Let's not get into that.
Is that the ninja burn bug that I was doing that you made me do on stream when Blaze was here the other day?
The one that he said, "Oh, that's not possible," and then I just proved him wrong right in front of his face.
Oh my god.
Yeah, like stuff like that needs to be fixed. Truly, I feel like, but it's not given much attention. So that's why I said I'd rather have them sit down for a whole month instead of giving us new things that they could fix in the future. Right? They give us a quality of life update, like Acualescent said, to fix the whole game. Well, not the whole game, but fix majority of the game, which currently sucks, right? So then it could be welcoming to new players, and it could be welcoming to returning players as well.
Yeah,
God damn it, Matt. The way you deliver that, quality of life, because everything that sucks. I'm sure A loves fucking hearing that, bro. I mean,
it's true.
Oh my god,
it's true.
We get it, but see that you got to be constructive with the criticism. You got to know when to cuss or drop bombs like that. That's just fucking brutal.
Yeah, you were just criticizing Helimod for being that Max, and you fall into doing the exact same. I know it wasn't your intention, but
oh,
just
come on,
saying, brother. Just saying. Nah.
That's not my intention. Look, I'm not here to drop bombs.
I know.
I'm here for you guys to catch up on what you've been missing. So that's all I'm here for.
Morphe's like 56th. Oh my god. All right, yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna wrap up the off topics. Now we're gonna go back to the guild discussion.
Yeah. Right. We went off topic for a long while. Yeah, I was just waiting to be over.
That was like half an hour of off topic. Anyway,
I'd love to say something, but yeah.
Yeah, so let's go back to the polls. Let's just look at some of the comments from on Facebook, which do also resound what we've been seeing on Twitter. So this is similar to what Mads was asking for. This is from the AQ3D community. Guild dungeons, guild PvP, guild quests, like a guild hub or something like that. So the same thing with guild specific events, guild specific things, right? And then people are in agreement with it. You've seen the overwhelming support and agreement for guild content. So this is something that we as a community are going to continue to push until we see some sort of update. I give it at least 2 months before I get tired of doing it. But anyway, we'll see. All right, that's not... don't hold me to that. Seasonal Guild Wars battle, where you have to conquer a place and stuff. Again, that would be really, really nice. But at this point in time, maybe like 10, 11 guilds, as I said before, might be able to participate in Guild Wars. Right? And then somebody said that they need... Oh yeah.
You won't get.
Oops. I missed some. I missed some names.
Okay.
Never mind.
It's doxing. You're doxing people. Lag, what the hell?
All right. Anyways, somebody was like, "You can't figure it out anyway." All right. Let me just.
Uh-huh.
There we go. Okay. Bring up the ticket for the Werewolf Centurion item. So for those of you that are watching, every single time a dev comes on stream, every single time Artix is here, I ask, or in chat, like whenever I message him, I ask about the ticket for the Werewolf Centurion thingy, right? And it's been waiting for years. And I bring it up all the time, and they say there are no plans for it, as far as I know.
Bro, our
When did that
battling
come
brought
out?
before that, so
Wedding system, no? Oh no.
wedding system, they said.
Ew.
Something I want to touch on real quick since we're talking about guild functions and even like guild housing, which is obviously a big thing that everyone wants. Like guild housing and guild wars and all that, like if you've ever played a AAA MMO that has those functions, those are literally a game within a game. It literally is. You have to program a whole new style game to be attached to what we're doing now. And if their core game right now isn't polished, I don't think we're ready for guild housing or even massive guild updates. I think we need the basic functionality. Going back to what I was saying earlier, get the core game polished, then we build on it. I think people need to understand that perspective, because if the foundation's fucked, like when you're building a house, if the foundation's fucked, what happens? The entire house is fucked, right?
Oh my god, this guy.
He brings a good point, but
Yeah, I'm not complaining about your point, man. I'm just complaining about the amount of coffee I have to drink for every time you. Yeah.
Your points are awesome, man.
Hey, when it flows, brother, and I just go. So
Yeah, I'm
nice.
used to that.
They come at a cost.
dude, Fainal fucking knows, dude. He's dealt my shit for years. So
Yeah, this like doesn't even surprise me or like makes me giggle anymore. It's just like, yeah, that's
Right.
how he speaks.
All right, like next time he's here, ask him what's stopping him from making the pet. The model is already there. Yeah, I will. Or just remind me.
What are we talking about?
The Werewolf Centurion.
So okay, what is the deal with that? Because our ex-tester Metacrion always talked to me about that, and I didn't understood him much. But because there is a lot of, just like I know a lot of things because of I'm all in the community. I guess that's one of the stuff that escaped my grasp. So what's the deal with that thing? I know how you obtained it, but I don't know what was promised. I don't know what was the.
Oh, when you look at the
people saying.
When you look at the thing, it says that, I don't know, does anybody have the picture? I know Morphe sent me the picture once. Morphe, can you send me the picture again of what the ticket says? Basically, it's an item that takes really, really long to get, and it says that the pet is coming soon or something. And yeah.
And did they ever talk
Nope.
about the model of the pet? Because I saw someone say
No, he just
Someone
says that
said the game is
the
already there.
model is already in game because all of the werewolves are already in game, like in the werewolf coliseum, throughout the whole thing.
Oh, sorry, Luna.
So it's just having one of those as a pet.
She's saying that I'm thinking too fast. So there wasn't ever a specific model promised, just that it was gonna be a werewolf, right?
Yeah, it gives you the token and not the pet, basically.
Okay.
All right. So we've gone over all of the comments. Well, most of the comments from the Facebook and the Twitter polls. Some of them were not stream friendly comments, so I did not include them because I didn't want to get my channel taken down. All right. Also, so you can go look on those pages yourself. It's on my Twitter. The poll is on my Twitter. The poll is also on the AQ3D Facebook, and it is also on the Adventure Quest 3D Facebook groups. So feel free to go there and browse the comments yourself, leave comments there. But that is why we are focusing on guild stuff. And Helly found a tweet where Artix basically did a poll a long time ago, the same poll that he did again recently. So basically they know what we want, but they keep asking what we want, hoping that it'll change or something. I don't know. But like I say, there's the whole feedback suggestion section of the Discord that is being used every day by players. So they have all of our feedback. It's just for them to, pick something. But the point of all of this is to start a movement towards getting something done, and we want to start with guilds. So
yes,
forgive me, I'm not gonna join Facebook groups. I'm not gonna get my IRL name out there. Well, I joined I made a page for my account because I to promote my stream stuff and whatnot. So I joined with my page. Oh, go ahead, sir.
All right. Wait, so I'm done? That's it for guild stuff, or?
No, we're gonna talk. We're gonna talk more. We're gonna figure out. We're gonna figure out what we discussed tonight, and then we're gonna figure out what the plan is going forward before we wrap up this stream. So my timeline is 2 hours for the stream. We're only at 1 hour and 22 minutes in so far. So we have 40 minutes to play with. I'm not gonna go for the full 40 minutes. We'll probably discuss for about half an hour more, and then we'll wrap up. So
real quick,
yes,
adding to the points you just talked about what we want. It's not so much what we want. Like a lot of time, I've seen everything I've said and everyone else says. We talk, like the whole community talks about it, and I repeat what the community says as well. Like a lot of these suggestions, when they're discussed, whether in your Yolgers or the bank or just in Balon, the community talks about this stuff. People want it and they tweet about it often. So it's not just like a handful of people sitting here like a bunch of homies doing their shit, drinking beer and talking to bullet, whatever. These are things we see and we reiterate it, and it's stuff that we just would like to see happen, come to fruition, right?
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. When I say we, forgive me for not clarifying, I don't just mean us 5 people here and Nate in the background. Also, Hi Fury. All right, I don't just mean us. I mean it as a collective we, as in everybody that interacted with the poll, everybody that votes for it, everybody that talks about it in game, all of the people that want these things done. It is a collective we, not just us. Everybody that showed up to stream to talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
Right,
One of us.
Yeah, right, one of us. So on my list of things here, right, of the things that we're gonna push for, because I'm gonna limit it down. I'm gonna do 5 things, right? So for the next 2 months, we're gonna go on a campaign for 5 things. So the first thing on the list, right, is that core functionality needs to be worked on first. But what do we mean by core functionality? That's what I want to clarify.
well, from our understanding, they're rebuilding the starter areas, right? They have new tools to make things happen. So if there's still the production of the spider tools, then finish that, get that going, and start rebuilding. But at the same time, focus on all the issues that have been addressed for the last couple of years that we've been talking about. I think they just need to finish what they got going on. My opinion, don't worry about big end projects like housing and guild, like big end game functions. Focus on what we need now.
All right, so we're gonna push for. Does that includes like bug fixes and all of that?
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm just gonna put that under polish and bug fixes. All right, so that's the biggest thing. Thank you for the bits, Fury. The second thing that we need, right, would be officer functionality.
Yes, sir.
All right. And under officer functionality, we have the option to mute players and all that, update the message of the day, have an officer chat, etc., etc. All right.
Duffer some, yeah. So they already have that system going in AQ roles. If you mention AQ roles and then you tell them to add that functionality from AQ roles to AQ3D, it's that easy.
All right.
So you mean to tell me their other game has that shit and we don't?
The other game has a lot of things.
So I don't know. So hearing that shit, it's like, what the actual fuck, guys? Why do you introduce a fucking glorified friends list with only 20 people capped the first time, knowing that we need guild functions they already have in another game? Now I'm getting kind of like agitated.
It's true. It is in the other game.
Wait, can you repeat that?
That's how this works.
Go ahead, Acualescent.
Oh shit.
Breathe. It's okay. You can do it. I believe in you.
Oh man, this is too much right now.
Okay, so what I was trying to say, Fainal, is that AQ World has that guild functionality where, like, you see, there's 4 ranks basically: Duffer, right? A member, officer, leader, right? So he was saying, why is that added in there when we just have it here as a glorified friend list?
Okay, so
that makes him upset, kind of.
You, what Helimod is being kind of disingenuous, and I always give him hell because of that, because he's always says, "Oh, AQW this, AQW this." It took AQW 12 years to do that after they first introduced. Alina's gonna yell at me for saying that. But yeah, it took AQW a lot of time to introduce those. They were stuck in Guild Phase 1 for a long while before doing this quality of life update on Guild. It's amazing that they're doing it now. I kind of love what they're doing. But yeah, having even that small little thingy took them years to and that's something that Helimod usually omits because, it's Helimod.
Yeah.
Nah, it's endable.
Yeah.
All right.
But
yeah. So under officer functionality, we have guild ranks and all of that. On this list of things that we want to push for, do we want to add some sort of guild message history to the list? Is that something that is possible that we want to ask for, or is that not on the priority list?
I see it being useful, but I also see it as being kind of niche. I think guilds that have a lot of problematic members will probably be able to utilize that a lot, or guilds that have a lot of members, or that they must recruit, right? And the moderation becomes harder because there is so many of them, and it's just almost not humanly possible to moderate. So in my opinion, I think it's kind of niche, but I guess I would like to hear what the other guys have to say. Maybe they think it's a necessity.
I think the core functions need to happen now in terms of more guild ranks to give officers different roles. I think that's kind of a core function. Obviously, an officer chat, and I'm going to argue again, guild cap increase. Stuff like that. We shouldn't be limited at just 100.
If you want your guild cap increase, pay for it. Have your members donate gold.
If that's part of a function, then fine, I'll take it. But give us an option to get that, because 100 is just not enough.
Yeah, being able to upgrade your guild or like do something. I don't know. There's no interaction whatsoever when it comes to guild functionality at the moment, right? So adding some stuff like that, like being able to donate a certain amount of gold, like you said, to increase the cap, kind of, or let's say you donate a certain amount of gold to get like some certain buff in PvE, something, I don't know, something like that that kind of makes guilds worth it. You know, some sort of interaction that is needed from the guild members to the officers to the leader, right? To make the guild as a whole worth it. Like right now, it's not worth it. It's just a name, name and a tag.
And also, high key priority for guilds is a last online function. That above all else, I think, is like crucial for guilds.
Last online, I forgot to mention
number
that.
one, I think that's probably number one actually for me. Like we need that.
Muted for like 2 minutes. I agree with that a lot. The last online function. When I play Final Fantasy 14 with some of the other A volunteers, the guild functionality that I told you how long has passed until I remember it was last online. It makes such a difference. It was such a small thing, but I will really be able to say when Helimod was last online because we're in the same guild there. When Asuka was last online, and I go like, oh, I just missed him like 30 minutes. I just wanted to ask him something. So, or when I almost say something I shouldn't have said. But yeah, that thing makes such a shocking impact with something that is so crucial in that game is so weirdly absent here. And the impact of what it will do in AQ3D is so big for something relatively small.
Yeah.
So I couldn't agree more with that.
All right. So far on this list of 5 things that we're gonna push for, we have polish and bug fixes, which is basically the core functionality that needed to be worked on. All right. And then second priority on the list of the extremely high priority things. Last online feature and current area, a fix for that, so it shows where we are currently all the time. So my guild members will know that I am actually not in Boog's Tavern. Okay.
Excuse me.
All right. And then third on the list, we have officer functionality, and in brackets I put, example AQW. So that entails guild ranks and roles, like additional roles for members of the guild to be distributed by either the guild officers or the leader themselves. And cover up your sus behavior, yes, like, no, I'm never sus. I'm not sus. I don't know why you guys say I'm sus. A separate officer chat, and then the ability of officers or leaders to mute members in the guild chat, and the ability to edit the message of the day, right? So I have those things listed under officer functionality, right? So that is point number 3. So point number 4, right? Because we're running out of space, and I want to say point number 5 for me. So. What do you guys think? Let's do a round table here for point number 4. What should we push for within the realm of feasibility for guilds, other than those 3 things that I already listed that we spoke about here tonight?
Oh, I was thinking about one the whole night. I never had a chance to mention it. So it ties back with the point that I made, almost a monologue when I said that guilds are pretty much invisible for new players.
Yes.
Unless they run into someone that invites them or like cannot explain them what is the name next to your name. Is the fact that even if someone explains to you what a guild is and you join said guild, every other guild that is not the guild that you are in is essentially invisible for you. What do I mean by that? Have you noticed how in all the leaderboards there is only the player's name and there is not the guilds that the players belong to?
Yes.
On friendlies, it doesn't show up the guild that the player corresponds towards. On chat, it doesn't show up the guild. You see what the point I'm trying to make?
Yeah.
So essentially for a new player, even someone that is in a guild already, other guilds are invisible. So any kind of system that recognizes or just put the name of the guild anywhere of a guild will go a long way. Even in something as silly as the leaderboard, the most critical leaderboard, for example, seeing which are the big speed runners that have the what guild they represented, the gifting people that are participating in the gifting leaderboard,
Mhm.
seeing what guilds they represent. That little detail gives the game so much
Actually,
like a feeling of being alive.
I don't know.
Because you see,
I don't know if I should do this. But exactly what you're talking about, just to give a visual description of what you're talking about, I'm just gonna log on to Traha real quick.
Excuse me?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, because they do that, right? And that is that is what you're talking about is guild visibility, right? So I'm just gonna list that under guild
Precisely.
visibility, right? And that has a whole lot of other things. And I'm gonna let the other guys talk about that while I try to find what I'm looking for here.
This guy Fainal farming Celadon monsters so we can get his name out there.
Yeah, that's a good. I mean, my guild kind of, you could tell that some of my guys were there because all of them start with Guardian. So we were kind of immune to it, right? But that exactly gave me the idea. Okay, yeah, for me it works, but why do I have to have an extremely niche guild tradition?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, right. So people can see, oh yeah, those are the Guardians. That guys are in like the first 4 places. Yeah, it's the Guardians because all of them start with Guardian.
Yeah,
But Mats, they wouldn't be able to see that it's Mats from Beep that is farming because Babs doesn't have a guild culture that says every member has to put Beep on before his name. So.
But here's the thing, dude. Other people steal like the Guardian thing, so it wouldn't really be known if they're actually a tower member or not.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people doing that. I've seen a lot of people doing that in game and on Twitter and stuff, putting Guardian. I'm like, oh, they're part of Tower, and then I see them in game and they're part of another guild. I'm like, oh.
Part of Tower only on Discord.
Yeah, some is just coincidence because some people, I have run into a lot of people that just like to role play as Guardians and they don't know about our existence, and it's just a coincidence, kind of funny. But yeah, see,
do it on purpose. I've seen some in the battle hall.
Yeah,
they love you, Fainal. Trust me, man. Don't worry.
Yeah, for nerfing all of their farm areas.
Oh, that's for nerfing all of their. for lighting them up in the sky, up on B, man. That's what it is. They're still haunted by that Fainal, bro. Like tower, bro. 3 mages, we're already dead.
Mm-hmm. What about you, Lucky Monster? What do you think about that?
Don't hate the player, hate the game.
I'm actually having a difficult time hearing anybody. So
she was saying that there's a lot of echo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like somebody's mic is actually picking it up, and I'm actually hearing everything 2 or 3 times over.
Oh, I'm glad I'm not hearing that, which means, and if I'm not hearing it, stream isn't hearing it. I'm really sorry that you are hearing it. I'm not sure who it is because I can't look at Discord at the same time. But if you can tell whose mic is lighting up,
I'll check.
Yeah,
just in case.
Yeah, we should keep an eye just in case.
All right, so I let me just turn this on real quick.
Do you by any chance have the stream going on, Loki, at the same time?
I have the stream, but I've got the sound off on it, so.
Okay. Yeah, but I'm not seeing anyone that like.
Right. So I have Traha up right now on screen. So if you take a look,
let's see
what they have is the first thing when you open your menu, right? Also, I have cat ears. When you open the menu and you click on rankings, right? And you click on any one of these rankings, like you click on arena. You see the player's name, like where you're talking about leaderboard, player's name, guild.
Yeah.
Right. You go to faction rankings, rank, name, guild.
And the banner.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the banner is even. Yeah. See how that gives like more of a community focus.
It does.
It lets you makes you aware at least that guild exists.
Yeah. Right, and like even they have guild rankings, which is what my point was going to be about. So they tell you, like as a new player, when you come in, these are the top 50 guilds. The other guilds aren't shown to you, right? Which I disagree with. But the guilds are shown to you, and you can click on them and click to apply. There, right? The other thing that they have, the same guild donation system and all of that. But yeah,
ranking system. So
right.
that means PvP getting a guild ranking system?
No, that's not what I want to talk about. All right, that's enough of Traha. All right, I just wanted to show. I just wanted to there. I just wanted to give that visual representation for what we're talking about in terms of representation of the name and the guild association with the name as well. All right, and that is done in not just Raha but other games as well. That's just the only one that I have currently up to date that wouldn't have required any sort of time to get into. So seeing something like that would be good. And we'll list that under guild visibility, and we did discuss that we wanted to see the guild function, guild visibility in the early areas of the game. So if they are going to do a polish, include these are guilds kind of thing, expose players to guilds, give them a prompt, and that'll tie into point number 5, which would be guild rankings, which will be which guilds are displayed to them first.
That's gonna be tricky, eh?
Yeah,
deciding which guilds
to show, which guilds to not show. How a couple of the games that I played did it. Neverwinter does it like this instead of ranking it. What Neverwinter does is display it by guild size and language. So you can decide you could list your guild language. Like if your main language is English, or your main language is Portuguese, etc., etc.
How about this? Let's say you're in a guild, but you don't want your guild to be visible for the new players. Let's say, sort of, want to kind of stay hidden, right?
Yeah,
I think that should be up to like the officers and the leader. As there should be like a button that like you click to make it visible in that area, like that tab or area or whatever that the tutorial shows them, right? So
basically open for
like
recruitment or not kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, open for recruitment type of thing or not.
Yeah, because some guilds, they actually have level requirements, right? With the AEF, you have to be a certain level to be in the main guild.
Yeah, some stuff like that.
How many guilds
just
AEF having
anyone just openly apply and being able to join your guild, like all the games I've seen, there are ones that are open. There are ones that they choose whether they want to take you. So that's a lot of options that they will have to work into that.
I'd say make it a request only.
Yeah,
because
I only let people in by request in my guild. We don't actively look for people.
Yeah, so basically give us a guild tab that only officers or leaders or the other ranks that can approve when we get them, that they can click on guild here, click on your little tab and be like, yo, this guy applied to our guild, or this person applied to our guild, let's accept them, they meet our requirements, or let's reach out to them if we had some sort of mailing feature, but we don't. But yeah, this person applied and let's accept or not.
Yep. That's also a really good point. I guess it ties back to visibility, as you guys were saying. Some people, when they try to apply to a guild, they have to pretty much track down the leader or the officer or people that they're interested in joining. I know because a lot of people have tried to track me down, and it's not. Since I'm a busy guy, I'm not always online. So I know that for them, it's kind of a pain to try to reach me. So having a way to reach these guilds, apply to them, will increase the popularity of them, of guilds and the system in general.
All right. So I think we have our 5 items, guys. All right, just for the sake of the people that are just joining the stream, the 5 core items that we want to work on are first, quality of life updates, like fix core issues, like give us some polish and bug fixes, and I'll elaborate on that further as time goes by. Like we'll discuss amongst ourselves, off stream, and I'll take feedback from people on Twitter, Facebook, etc. before presenting this in. And how we'll do it is I will present this in a video format, and I'll put it on YouTube. as a culmination of all of these discussions that have been happening for so long, and then we can share that video, and then we can get some people to start a movement on Twitter for it. We get some people to start a movement on Discord for it. We get some people to start a movement for and Facebook, that thing that people barely use, right? And whatever other platforms. But we need to be concrete in what we are asking for. We need to all be unified on what we're asking for, so that there's no confusion in what we're asking for, which is what I'm going to probably spend the next couple of days or even weeks trying to figure out, because some of these things are really big and need to be very, very particular, so that we don't upset any one group of people too much. So the second thing on the list is the last online feature and the current area of guild members, because that is currently not displayed properly, right? So those are two things that we really, really want fixed. The third thing would be additional officer functionality, right? And the example would be AQW, where you have different guild ranks and roles for those ranks. On officer chat, the ability for officers or leaders to mute members in the guild chat tab itself, not in the game but in the guild chat tab, and the ability to edit the message of the day, right? Because currently only the guild leader can do that. And as you can see, I'm not very creative with my message of the day. I try to keep it relevant to the updates, but sometimes when there are no really relevant updates, I just put things like be happy, stay safe, all of that, and a couple of meows.
How was that, Acualescent?
Hey, I'm just playing with the emojis, bro. I don't know.
All right, and
that?
number 4 on the list is guild visibility, which means like on leaderboards and stuff, you have the guild of the player displayed alongside the name of the player. One of the issues I see with that is that people hop guilds really quick, and there is no cooldown period for joining another guild. There's no penalty for leaving a guild. So we'll discuss on how we move forward with that. And also in terms of visibility, we put it in the starting area. We put it where new players can find it. We make guilds accessible. We do something that say, yo, these are guilds. These are a list of the guilds, and then we join them. You can apply, which takes us to point number 4, number 5, the final point, which is how will we display these guilds when we display them, and how are we going to rank guilds? Because if we're going to make guilds relevant, guilds are always going to be, you want to make it a little competitive, right? We don't want to jump into guild PvP, but at least something PvE wise, or at least donation wise, or at least activity wise. Right, you do daily activities, etc., and you complete them. Some sort of ranking system for guilds, and maybe the ability to set languages, like the main language of your guild, so people won't be confused when they join.
Okay, so you man, I'm gonna hit this guy. I swear to God, I'm getting pissed off. I don't like this guy.
Which guy?
What do you mean no guild PvP, man? Well, then what is supposed to happen? What are we supposed to do?
Bro,
Die out and pose?
You're supposed to just grab your ankles, brother.
Go keep hitting each other with sticks on a corner, okay?
Oh man, okay, man.
All right, Mads, I want you to count on both hands how many guilds that you know of, because you PvP every day, right? How many guilds, not players, how many guilds do you think can be viable in a guild ranking system that relies on PvP? Tell me.
7, 8. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
I think that's even too generous.
4.
7, 8. I mean, the most of the people would join in if there was a ranking system. In any case, they would start actively making guilds. I know some people, right, that quit the game wanting a ranking system for PvP.
Yeah, they.
So you can imagine.
Right. Yeah, but so asking that, maybe we can adjust it later on. But right now,
Here's the thing.
you can't ask for it right off the bat, because if you go to any of these platforms asking for guild rankings based off of PvP, everybody's gonna be like, "No, shut it down. No." Wait,
Okay.
right.
Fine.
So we're
I'll
gonna.
come back.
Yeah, I guess if they had their own subsection, it wouldn't be, it wouldn't hurt anyone. But if the main one is PvP, yeah, considering that the PvP player base, and that's you using your own words, Matt, there is only like 7-8 guilds
Only
that
7
focus on PvP. Yeah, compared to the vast majority of the other guilds that are PvE.
There can be two
yeah,
rankings. There can be a PvE system
Yeah.
for ranking, and there can be a PvP system for ranking to keep them completely separate. So you know, and that will satisfy everybody, I think. What do you guys think?
Yes.
I would agree.
Meh.
You
I
want
mean,
an
meh here.
overall, bro?
I don't care about PvP, so like, whatever you guys want. Sounds good. Sounds good.
All right. So easy. That is why we have these discussions, right? Because, like I said, I don't know everything. You don't know everything. This is how we make beneficial things.
Yeah,
come
no,
up.
like real talk though. Like, yeah, that would be dope to have some guild PvP functions, but that's back burner stuff at the moment.
Yeah, it is true.
Yeah.
Oh,
Alright, moving
Fury in the chat trolling with more cosmetics. Give us a battle pass. Anyways, that's off topic. Yeah. Well, if I were to replace anything on this list, it would be like give a bonus for joining a guild, like extra XP earned on quest, or like a permanent XP boost for being in a guild, like a plus 2%, plus 3% XP for being in a guild.
Yes.
Interjecting real quick because you
It could
mentioned
be a
that.
daily task. Post
should
a message in guild chat. Simple daily task on daily task list.
I think we should have a monthly double XP weekend, just in general. Maybe the first week or the last weekend of the
I don't
month.
know why they stopped those.
Yeah, why did they stop those?
They did.
No, nothing extra added with it. Just
be honest.
XP weekend.
I'll be honest. Every time I've seen those is when they apologize for something they do bad. Or something.
Here, have a double XP weekend. Leave us alone.
Or when we ask for it, like if Artix is on stream and we ask for a double XP weekend, or he's in on the Discord and somebody asks for a double XP weekend, that is the only time we've really seen double XP weekends in the recent past, when people directly ask him for it.
But you guys,
I want to push more of double XP weekends are more. No, I'm talking like I'm not a player anymore. I'm not supposed to do that.
Yeah.
well, here's the thing. When you go to AQ Worlds, they have a schedule for that, bro.
Oh.
Yeah, I love that. It's so organized.
The whole month there's like there's like specific days where like, oh, this day is for gold, oh, this day is for like XP, oh, this day is for like classic XP, you know, so stuff like that. It's like
As we are going off topic again, let me quickly log back onto Traha, and I just want to show Fainal something.
okay, using
go ahead.
as an example.
Okay. Totally not showing off trial.
No. Traha is a game that most AQ3D players would not get into anyway because it is PvP based.
Oh.
I did.
I wonder why.
It's not because of PvP at all. I've been enjoying the PvE, man. That lacks in here anyway, so.
Oh, jeez. All right.
You try to shoot me, I'll shoot you. Leave me alone.
Okay. So this is taking a while. All right. So as we were talking about like AQ Worlds and the schedule and stuff, because I don't have AQ. If I had AQ Worlds on my PC updated, I would have just gone into. But yeah, look, we have a calendar here of everything. You know, it tells you the time, like your real time computer time, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it lets you know when things are going to happen. So I know that, all right, dungeons are going to be on at this time. I know that PvP is going to be happening at this time. I know that this field boss is going to spawn, that field boss is going to spawn, etc. And there's an event schedule with different events and daily login rewards, etc. So
it makes people active.
Yeah.
Like people that feel like the need of doing something every single day. There's no like, you know, like you just log in and it's like, oh, time to start PvP.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
I'm gonna break my rule a little bit, just for a tiny bit.
Mm-hmm.
My rule that is not a rule, but what the condition that I came to this thing. That's what I mean. So I've been wanting to introduce similar to AQW, as you guys say. I don't know if you guys are aware. AQW have a lot of farms that are like item specifics. Like for example, the Sepulture armor, the Blinding Light of Destiny, etc., etc. And there are specific resources linked to it, right?
Yeah. But those are all
every time in
end-game
a
things,
while,
right?
yeah, in-game things. Every once in a while, what AQW does is that they boost a specific resource for a specific amount of time, right?
Mm-hmm.
You guys, some of you guys may be familiar with it.
Yeah,
So
I'm familiar with that. Yeah.
yeah. So and it incentivize people to engage into this content and engage into the specifics. Like, oh, this weekend you have better chance at getting more shadow orbs for Sepulture's armor, which gives you a special bonus. So I actually wanted to introduce that this week with Raid, making a double Raid weekend. However, since the update was so during Tuesday, I think it was.
Yeah, Tuesday.
Yeah, so it was too many days. But I wanted to suggest to the team, and the team is pretty open when we do these suggestions, a double XP weekend and a specific resource once. In my idea, since I had a lot of control about the design of the raid and the materials and everything, was to give it either 50% or double if you're doing the daily, if you're doing the quest hunt for the raid, just to incentivize people that are a little bit behind. Hey, this is your chance to like catch up in case you're doing like that.
Okay.
I wanted to do that. One of the issues that we have with that is that we don't have that many long-standing farms in this game. We have the raids right now active. We have one item of Nulgat that we could like make. Okay, you get, I don't know, more dark crystal shards, could be like that. So that's a limitation that we have in the content side of.
Yeah, because in AQW, I think you have like multiple endgame areas, whereas here there's only one at any point in time.
Precisely. The way that since the progression is different in AQW, they don't have the items themselves don't have power, right? You enhance them and they have like special abilities. We are tied, as you said, to the latest one, which in this case is the raid that is still active. So the raid will have work, but next time that we do it and the raid is no longer relevant, you will have to change the material, which is not impossible, but it's something that I want to introduce. It's something that, for what I have seen, it is possible, and something that you can also mix up with a double XP boost. Or weekend XP boost, because in this our game actually we don't do double, we do 50%.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Oh, okay.
Well,
but yeah, it's entirely possible.
How about this? Well, if you cannot, let's speak off of like other stuff instead of just stat items, right? And power items. How about hard farms? For example, what is that staff called? The one that is in the Doom Isle or Doomland? What is it? I don't know. Let me
the
go.
One that requires Mogro?
I have to go there to be able to understand where it is. It's like in Doomwood. If you go to Isle of the Dead,
the Staff of Doom.
Yeah, Staff of that's the one. That one is a really hard farm, right?
Yeah, it is.
So stuff like that, maybe if we have for in the future, maybe like Phoenix sword, it gets a double items. And now that you guys are introducing Nulgath items, people
it's going to be normal.
So maybe having them double resources, I guess, so
I'm not opposed to, since I have control on the whole Nulgath farming method, I'm not entirely opposed as long as there is like, I don't know, 2 days, 1 weekend. I can give you like,
because weekends are typically when people who have their jobs have time to play. And I'll give people a reason to log in and have fun and de-stress. Because I'm supposed to, know that I'm supposed to be de-stressing instead of stressing? Because I have heart problems. My blood pressure I have blood pressure issues and I have pulse issues. So I'm not supposed to be getting worked out about things. Anyways.
So especially if you're behind, like offering, like, I don't know, double % drop rate on contracts of Nulgat, which is a rare resource, right? People don't count the contracts too much because they're kind of rare. Something like that. Because offering, for example, double diamonds, okay, that's a little bit too much. Like, okay, let's turn it down, people. Double diamonds, too much. But maybe double tainted gems, 50% more dark crystal shards, double contracts of Nulgat, that thing is possible. Considering this is like a sneak peek for the future, since Matt's foresees that more Nulgat items are going to be introduced. When there is more variety, you can actually do this kind of stuff as long as it's a long-standing farm. The raid is a perfect example of this happening, because even if you have a finished build in the raid, or you're close to finishing, you have all the other pieces that you can experiment with if you want to engage in it.
All right. Welcome back, Morphe. See you guys. He's also from the Caribbean, and he just lost power. Right? So proves my point. Anyways, what were we talking about? We went off topic for a couple things, so you have to watch the VOD to catch up. Also, hi Gratia. Alright, so what I'm gonna do, we were talking about double XP weekends and stuff, and double item boosts for endgame areas. Or not double, but just boosts for on weekends and stuff, which would be a good thing, you know, give people a reason to log in and play and have a good time. Once they meet the requirements for the areas. Anyways,
precisely. Imagine if people are still hunting dragons. Imagine if you have a double gold boost for hunting dragons using the Mysterious Dragon Slayer quest.
Oh, yeah, that's such a try-hard method of farming gold, though. Train hopping is just something I can't get onto. And I will, you know, I will die on the hill for calling train hopping, like silver hopping, try-hards, but it is.
No, I agree with you. It's profitable. It's really try-harding. You're right.
You know what I do to farm gold? I just do Nolgath. I just do Noxus. That's the easiest way for me.
Bruh.
Just sell diamonds. It's easy.
Yeah.
I don't know why it's like hard. It's not even hard. It's just, you get 13 diamonds stacked up and you just sell them. That's how much is that? That's like that's like 650,000 because each is like 50,000. So and that's aside from like the tainted gems, the dark crystal shards, and yada 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 stuff. You know.
True. Yeah. Also, Luna had a question about guild things. Going back to Fainal, what were you saying?
No, go ahead.
Yeah, Luna had a question about guild stuff, because I was talking about like introducing a penalty, like if you're gonna have guild visibility and stuff, there should be a penalty for leaving guilds, so that, you know, nobody gets to the top using one guild and then just hops and goes to another guild, and then that guild is now the top guild, right? That is not, you know, that's something that we'll have to talk about as we fine-tune these suggestions that we're gonna ask for. And in the same vein, because I mean, yeah, there's no, you know, like internal guild issues should be internal guild issues, right? There's no reason for developers and stuff to get involved in that. There's no need for other players to get involved in that. So whether somebody's being toxic in a guild or not, varies from guild to guild. Like one person's idea of toxic might be different from somebody else's idea of toxic, and I've personally seen this. Like somebody who's just having fun, and they didn't say anything derogatory, but apparently because people read things in tones on the internet, and I'm guilty of doing that myself, right? If somebody types something a certain way and they put a full stop at the end, I will take it as, you know, they're upset with me, right?
That's right.
Yeah, like, because usually, like, especially if that person isn't somebody who usually uses full stops at the end of their sentences. That being said, we will discuss the reason why somebody leaves a guild isn't gonna affect the issue of the penalty. So shouldn't. Sorry. Yeah.
I could shut this down right now, because what if that said toxic person was a person in charge who can kick guild members? This toxic person could join or launch 100-person guild and then kick them all out for being a dick or act like a dick, and then they're all screwed.
So there should be a penalty for leaving.
Well, no, I'm saying people who could give, like if someone could kick the person out of the guild and they get a penalty, like someone could be toxic and just abusing that power.
Join a better guild. That would be my solution.
That's not on our side, honestly, because the person who invited him and promoted him at first is the one at fault, anyways,
Yep.
right? It's not our fault. It's not the developer's fault. It's not the moderator. Well, kind of, but it's like moderators. But
Well,
what I'm trying to say is the leader who invited him, right,
Yeah.
knew it, that he would be toxic, so he made him an officer.
Well,
so
not really.
that
You didn't. You don't necessarily know somebody's going to be toxic. People always surprise you.
Exactly.
Leader-
Exactly, man. Some people are snaky, bro.
some
Yeah,
people.
that's
Yeah,
that's
I can
all.
tell you,
Come on,
like
hey, dude.
because I've made an like.
Dude, I've been
Go ahead.
When I say most of the leaders in AQ3D guilds that I've met have vision and know exactly who they promote and who not to, they understand that.
Yeah.
So when you say
Yeah, but you're
people-
talking about specific guilds. We're talking about something that will apply to each and every guild in existence.
Bro,
Yeah.
I've been online MMO gaming for 20 plus years, bro. Multiple guilds in multiple games, and there's
Oh,
always
man.
toxic, snaky motherfuckers. There's always switches
Oh
out
my
there,
god,
bro.
there it is again.
People who they just pretend there's something, and then behind your back there's something else, man. There's just people like that. And giving, I'm just saying, punishing people for leaving a guild or getting kicked, it's just going to create more toxicity.
Yeah, well, there should be.
Yeah,
I agree
Henry.
with Sir Potatoes that there should be a 24-hour cooldown regardless. So if you are kicked or if you leave, there should be a 24-hour cooldown or some cooldown period before you can join another guild.
oh,
well, if there's some sort of guild
figure that out.
token system,
Mm,
then the minute you leave your guild,
you
your
lose
tokens,
your tokens.
should just be null and void, and you have to start all over from
Yeah,
scratch.
most guilds do that. Most games, sorry, do that. Most
Yeah,
games
most
do that.
games are.
All right, that's what I was going to talk about. The last thing is I was going to merge point 4 in terms of the visibility and the recruitment into one, and the fifth point would be to add some sort of benefit to joining a guild, like either daily quests, like guild quests, or permanent
A
XP.
guild shop.
Yeah.
How about tokens where like you could buy certain random stuff with? So like we get a shop, right, that rotates every week. Let's say sometimes a legendary fish drops in, right,
Bro.
that you need for something like that, or there's an item that rolls in that you need, for example, for a quest.
Mhm.
You know, that you buy, I don't know, using your tokens, to make tokens useful, kind of. Maybe you want extra gold, you're able to get extra gold, stuff like that.
Maybe that is a bit I'd say
Is it?
far-fetched, because a gas is supposed to be a rotating shop, and gas hasn't rotated in how long?
No, let's not comment on that. But I'm trying to say is we need something within the guild, like tokens that is interactive. Like, what am I going to use my tokens for? Upgrading the guild, and that's about it. What if it's
like, instead of a potion shop, you can have these things here with, like, let's say 100 guild tokens or something, and you have, like, on your daily tasks, you have a guild task section where you can get where you can claim tokens for doing certain tasks, etc.
How creative you get. You can trade legendary fishes, you can trade minor XP boosters, you can trade big XP boosters, you can trade class tokens even to make your farming less painful to log a token for a new member. You can trade gold boosters or just buffs.
Yeah, all of these things. All right, so I'm going to put that as point number 5. I'm just going to categorize it as reason to join a guild, special guild quest, well, tasks, not quests, because people get confused with that. So tasks plus shop. There we go.
And a
How about
small
nice
XP
and simple?
bonus. Like a 3% XP bonus just for being in a guild.
Yeah.
Something small, but it just helps, A little
Yeah.
here.
So when I tune in, for monsters, not for quests. So.
Sure.
Wow,
Fair
Shania
point.
wants to join Fury's guild instead of my guild. I take offense to that. Anyways, but yeah. So that would be really, really good. You want drop rate boost for being in a guild? Murphy, that's asking too much. Alright, so let's go over again the 5 points for those of you that are just stopping by. Out of this very long 2-hour discussion, we have narrowed it down to 5 things that we're going to push for over the next couple of months. And well, next 2 months at least. And we're going to fine tune it over the next coming days, maybe next week. Every time we have a stream, it'll probably be a discussion stream since there's not really much going on in game right now. To fine tune each one of these, or at least for me to update you with the progress on how the fine tuning has gone, right? And I'm personally going to be reaching out on Twitter to, in addition to on Discord for these 5 things, to help the community fine tune me. Not fine tune me, sorry, help fine tune the things. I'm tired, sorry, right? to help so that we're all on the same page, basically. So, number 1, an update to core functionality, some polish, and bug fixes. That is a general non-guild specific thing. That is a game thing, right? So we want to push for more bug fixes and quality of life things, polishes, etc. So they can take a break from giving us hard, like, weekly updates, take some time to fix things. That's what we're going to do with that. All right.
Yes.
The second thing we're going to ask for on this list of things, we narrowed it down to the last online feature and a fix for the current area displayed. Right. So a last online feature. So if you go to your guild tab, you will be able to see, let's say, Mia was last online 5 hours ago, 10 hours ago, etc., etc. Right? And this will tell you in real time where these people are, because if you look on my friends list, okay, it says Kina is in battle on town square, but in the guild list it says she is in the Ring of Doom, right? And the friends list has the updated location, but it hasn't updated in the guild, right? So we want to fix for that, and we want a last online feature. Number 3, we want officer functionality. We want officers to be more meaningful, and we want some more roles in the guild. So what that means is, for those of you that are familiar with the AQW system, etc., we want some more guild ranks or roles, and we also want an officer chat. We want the ability for officers to possibly be able to mute members in the guild chat if they're being too rude or for whatever reason, right? And we also want the ability for officers to edit the message of the day. Number 4 would be guild visibility, because currently there is no way for new players to really find guilds. You know, at level 8 you can make your own guild and it costs about 50k gold, but other than that there's nothing that really slaps you in your face and say, you know, it says to you, here, these are a list of the guilds available, do you want to join one, right? And that also takes us into the guild ranking debate, which we also have to talk about, how we're going to rank these guilds, how we're going to show these guilds to people, but also on leaderboards, like in the Selden Forest, etc. When you see people on the leaderboards, you want to see what guild they're in as well. So if you see that Lag is at the top of the leaderboard because he's such a good player, you'll see he's in Cage, and you want to join Cage and interact with Lag, right?
Awesome.
Yeah. So basically, that's really what you want.
Ironically, that's a good reason.
What's that?
Ironically, that's a good reason, having those little incentives to see, and then you see, oh yeah, that's Cage. That's, I think, the streamer that I saw one day was in the Cage guild, and then you can investigate from there.
Yeah. All right, and then finally, the last is giving people a reason to join a guild. So maybe give us special guild tasks in a guild shop. So that means in addition to your daily tasks, there'll be an additional tab in here for you to click on to claim not just XP and gold, but guild tokens. And then you would have a guild shop that could also be included in this menu. Under potion shop, you would have, you could just click, you know, another tab inside of here, and you access your guild shop where you can get all of these things probably for guild tokens instead of having to spend DC and gold on them or other things. Right? And Acualescent and some other people, and myself included, were asking for a permanent, 3% XP boost for being in a guild. You know, being in a guild gives you a 3% XP boost on mobs.
Instead, how about a 5% XP boost and a 3% DXP experience? increase.
We could pull
The
that.
stakes-
We could take it to Twitter. Excuse me,
The stakes go up every time, man.
bro.
Oh, Jesus.
Today is gonna be 20%.
It's like asking for frosting before you have the cake.
Yeah.
No, it's just look, 5% XP and 3% CXP if you join a guild. That's what I was trying to say.
Oh.
It ain't bad.
All right.
It's
You guys are trying to put me on the stake, but okay. All right. So those are the 5 things that we're going to be fine tuning and then going to be pushing for as a community to get implemented in Adventure Quest 3D. How does that sound to you guys in chat? How does that sound to all of you here on the voice chat, on the call?
You guys agree? I think it's they're realistic to a certain degree. That's my humble opinion. We're not asking for too much.
Reasonable core upgrade. Just
Yeah,
saying.
Yeah, are
it's
they
reasonable enough.
Mhm.
You know, again, Batwing animation when it's been 2 years.
That's not
Going back
reasonable.
on, you know, it's just there's all these little things, man. Come on.
We're just
we've
gonna
been
think
waiting.
up little
We've been
things.
waiting.
The special prize.
Oh, the one that came from the huge chest.
It would take an hour to kill those relic chests. And now we have
Okay,
all
that's what
these
you guys for
useless
wasting your
special
time.
prize tokens. Like, can we get like a trade for a live token for them? Just
That's
to
what
make
you
up
guys for
for.
wasting 1 hour of your time hitting a chest.
Yeah, well, I wasted 15 hours of my life, so for just for
Yeah.
nothing.
All right, so after guild updates, we will push things like that because that's
One other thing, can I bring up something real quick? Because Loki just mentioned tokens, we need to discuss live event tokens and how we could actually acquire them, especially since there's items that cost 100 each.
yeah,
If they're only
yeah.
doing a few events a year, man, like we need to figure out a way how to bring live event coins back in.
Yeah, trade
Whether
daily
it's-
boss.
Exactly. Like there's things we could do so we could accumulate these live event coins and get the items that are in there.
Yeah,
you
like
know?
a weekly
Stuff
quest or
like quality
something.
of life fixes.
The
Here's the
thing is,
thing.
like, if you do it that way, then it's no longer a live event coin. It's like a weekly quest coin.
Hold
See?
on. Last time I brought this up, everyone started laughing at me. Why are we bringing this up right now, huh?
I wasn't laughing.
I guess
Oh,
we're not on the
You
off-topic
just didn't see-
section.
Yeah, no. Oh, because that's exactly what the blaze spawns did. But having seen and killed so many of the party blazes spawned and I haven't gotten a single live event coin, and that's probably like hundreds of dollars wasted on drops, like on just like I don't know, what was it like? You get 25 of the blaze tokens. I felt so bad for the people that spawned them. Like,
This is what I mean. This is what I meant when I was on that stream. But everyone shrugged me off, started laughing.
yeah, we laugh at
Right?
you. We laugh at you still. You have a pink bush on you.
You're ugly. Anyway,
Yeah.
yeah, but my returning to my point, right, about the live event coins, we need a proper live event.
We need a GM.
We don't need something where like the players buy it and then we interact as like a community. We need someone like, I don't know, Fainal, work your magic, bro.
No, I don't have time for live events.
Oh man.
At least once a month, something should happen.
Yeah.
Because there's that whole shop with dope items, and if they never do anything, and Ark's idea is like only one chest per event, that happens like 4 or 5 times a year.
No, well,
like
it
that.
happens on MJ's stream sometimes.
Oh no, let's not take shots, Mr. Like.
No, I mean like it happens on streams. Sorry, not MJ's streams. It happens on a lot of people's streams. Let me rephrase. Sorry, randomly. Okay. Because it did happen on my streams last year. It happened on a couple of the people's streams this year. Okay, I fixed my statement. Don't come for me. Don't. Right.
Don't cancel me.
My point is, We don't need it to be coming from a content creator, right?
No, we need it to be announced. We need to have a schedule to know that these live events are going to happen XYZ time, so you can prep in advance, because people have
once a month.
Yeah.
Once a month should be fair, right?
Exactly. What Matt said, it shouldn't be a content creator once a month. We should know, like, make it the fucking third Saturday every month. This thing drops and it goes down. You know, you just roll with it. You know, there's an event happening.
It should be once a month, I think. I think that should be fair enough.
on a weekend.
I think
and not just
once a month
one
is
live
asking too
event
much.
coin. Drop
Is it?
Yeah, because so the easiest part is like showing up to the event, and for the developer, I mean, showing up and like making it entertaining for a while and just on the chest. But the whole planning, and then that developer has to set up time from their busy schedule to fulfill all of the let's try to remember what Arctic said the last time, how almost unreasonable demands that, okay, if you're going to host a live event, it has to be
in each
one
time zone
per hour, so you have to do one on each time zone, so 24 live events in a row for the day, so it becomes a little bit unreasonable, and that's already asking a lot from a dev.
You see, that's why if you announce it far ahead in advance, you just have to cover 2 major time zones or maybe 3 major time zones that overlap each other. Right, and if you give people enough time and to know that it's going to happen and it's going to take half an hour to an hour or whatever, and you're going to get like 5 live event coins or whatever at least once a month, people will make the time, set their schedule aside, and do that. So if we had like a game manager who would do stuff like that, it would be good. But that in and of itself is a discussion for another stream. So
I mean, I'm just saying, can it be programmed like a daily, but instead of a daily, it's a monthly, and you join this map, and one day on the month it just happens, and boom.
Oh,
you mean automatically?
Yeah, exactly. Just
without the interaction.
Yeah.
Without interaction, just give us something, a way to get live event coins.
Like a field boss that spawns or will boss that spawns on a certain map across all instances and has a guaranteed. Like in Hero Hangout, let something spawn in Hero Hangout once a month at a certain time or every hour, or
Yeah.
I have something.
I like that. Yeah, it's gonna be hard because that means a lot of coding to automate that, and you have to take into consideration the time that servers go down. That means that every time that there is a weekly update, that thing will get that timer will have restarted. So there is a lot of systems that will have to link with that. But it's not too far-fetched.
That's okay. We can wait for a little bit. Oh, I see somebody redeemed a me. Oh, Nate redeemed a meow. Meow. That's the best meow you get. Love, give me some love. All right. All right. Yeah, so that's not too far fetched. It could work, you know. I'll give people reason to log in. So if dev time is the issue, I think automating it is a brilliant idea, and it will still be live because it only happens once a month, and it is a real-time spawn that is happening.
Yeah, you will have to be there. Like, let's say, I don't know, something attacks Babylon and the Guardians like are resisting it, and they reward you with, oh, thank you for helping player once a month. We get rated by the Boydra card, so here, have a live event token.
Exactly, and you'll bring back items from Battle on Burn, so like could get those guns. But yeah, we do need a separate stream for GM content and live event stuff, because that in and of itself is a whole topic by itself. So it's been almost 2.5 hours. I'm sure all of you are tired discussing. I'm sure Acualescent is tired. I'm sure Loki is tired. I'm sure Mads is tired. Well, Mads doesn't get tired, and I'm sure Fainal is tired. So,
bruh, I'm just starting. Let's go.
This guy's want
some of it.
Oh, jeez.
You know, the rest of his life.
Told you guys.
Fainal, there's a question in chat for you.
What's the question?
Oh, something about minimizing lag during live events. Usually the option for that is just turning off player names and turning off pets and stuff, turning your graphics down to low.
Turn it on off. off. You know,
Yeah,
start
pretty much turn the game off. Stop playing the game.
Stare at the ground.
I'm joking.
That's
You have
my
to do.
tip.
You have to minimize your settings, turn pet off, turn names on. Particle effects. Oh, particle effects. That's a big one. A lot of people have particle effects higher than they should because they like the little special effects on their weapons, which I don't blame them. But if you know that you're going into a live event, turn that down because that actually causes a lot of stress on your device.
Wisp mode when?
Even if you don't.
Give us the option to hide other players.
Excuse me?
Sorry. Right, that's for another stream. I forgot.
Yeah. I'm about to shit you, man.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Sorry. Okay. Didn't mean to cut you off, Fainal. Minimizing lag on live events is yeeting lag off of the map. Hold on. I want to be part of live events too. I need more live event tokens.
Excuse me? I have like 100 and something, you stingy little mom.
I'm saving them for when they add something nice. I already bought the pink wings, so
Those are ugly. Moving along.
my set
Those
is
top 2 weapons need a particle effect, though. For 100 coins, they should have a particle effect on those weapons.
Everything should have particle effects so the game lags more.
And Soulborn Axe, like, can we agree that's one of the hardest weapons to get, but super fucking ugly?
It is
too?
one of the
Like, what
hardest
hell?
items to get.
on that point. I just want to say rare items on the whole in AQ3D are ugly, which is why I don't wear farm. But yeah,
No,
It's
but
like
seriously, like,
if you
go ahead.
edit an iconic item like the thank you, okay, like the Soulborn Axe,
Mhm.
you have the risk that a lot of people are gonna say, "Oh, this is amazing," but you have the risk that someone may not like it, and they
complain.
can rage about it. At some
Yeah.
point, if they farm like hours, and you do something that an item that already had value, and you change something, and they say, "I farmed weeks for this, and now with this special effects, they ruin it." I'm speaking of a minority. Like I know that majority of players won't think like that, but there is that chance, and that can feel really bad for a player to a point where that player may quit. That's why we're so cautious with red items and low percentage of red items.
I don't like it anymore. I quit.
But
Yeah.
the thing is, though, I get that, but seriously, the Soulborn Axe is so fucking ugly that if you
Oh
actually
my
like
God.
it, you have to be legally blind because that thing's just horrid. Come on,
What
it's
do you
obvious. Soulborn Axe
mean?
is
I like
ugly.
it. I like it.
bro. No, dude, it needs to be done, redone, completely redone.
You're throwing other people's opinions to the trash.
I don't give a goddamn about it. I held myself from touching it there, lag, just for you, brother.
Guys
Don't worry.
telling me you should be more passionate.
No, dude, that item, it needs an upgrade or an update. It's trash looking. It's
Oh
old.
my
Do you have it, by the way, Aka?
Do I have it? Yeah, I got it.
See.
The
I really
typical
like how it looks. I like how it
farm.
looks because it's so old that it reminds me of Preveta, and so it has like a charm
on.
for me.
You guys want me to
It's
wear
horrible
pink?
looking. Let me get my bank pet out real quick.
We
One
need a
sec.
sword version of the live event rifle. Yeah, we do. Hold on,
Fainal,
Julia.
can you get this ugly bush away from me? I swear to God, bro.
It's cool. It looks like a
Aren't
nice
there
little
hot
fur
pink
coat.
cat ears?
The stupid tower, pink bush. Get it away from me.
Hold on. Julia is saying, I don't wear farm items, lag of whale. Hold on. Look at my... Let me turn off the table for 1 second. Look at my set. This
Someone hold the plastic table.
this is all... Minus the sword. This is all farmed in-game. This is gold. This costs gold. I had to farm the gold in-game to get this. The only thing that is non-farmable on me is my sword and my cape. Thank you very much.
Okay, no, put your camera on the goddamn axe. Look at that bullshit, bruh.
It's
Hard farm
beautiful.
for that.
What do
No,
you
it's
mean?
not beautiful. It's not beautiful. It's sloppy, messy.
It's nice. I like it. I don't know what you're
No.
I
talking
like
about.
it too.
Dude, we need detail. We need dude, that looks no good.
The only rare that I like is the traveler's backpack because
Blown out. It's when they first did it. I get it. You know, they were learning it's the first time doing a rare weapon in the game. You know, 7 years ago. They're much better now, so it needs a makeover. That's all I'm saying. Appreciate it like 5 years ago, but it needs an upgrade.
Yeah, so that's the thing. Is like, it's,
You know
it's
what?
so old. tricky to touch it because some people are like you're gonna like it, but if you touch
I got an idea. How about introduce a quest or like a chain quest to get it upgraded to a more bomber looking version of it? Keep the OG if you want it, but if you have that, you can upgrade it to a better version.
Oh, like the Halo,
Okay.
like the Halo of Hue thing, where they rip your cloud in two to get a Halo of Lightning nonsense.
Yeah, sure, whatever. But what I was saying earlier, though, yes.
yeah, that's the only way that I can see it being feasible because again, if you mess with something that people invested weeks, potentially months, in the slightest ways, it can really piss people off.
Also, welcome to the stream, Ace. See, Ace is backing me up on my point. Oh, Loki, do you want to say something? I see you jumping.
You guys love shiny?
I think that's bad. I don't know what Ace said.
Oh no,
Yeah.
Ace was agreeing that my I'm wearing the formed belt from Darkovia and the set I'm wearing cost gold. He's just agreeing with that.
Yeah, that set was an attempt for me of actually making the Talons armor cool again, like they were in
Oh,
Pereda.
this is from you? I didn't know that. This is.
I just designed the color schemes because the set already existed. I said, okay, I'm gonna make the Talon armor.
Yeah, because it's so shiny. Look at that. Look at that. This is the best set in game. I didn't know
So
that
you
was your
like
idea.
It.
It's a little on the expensive side, but yeah.
It looks like crap on mobile.
Yeah, it doesn't look too good on mobile. I saw it too. I wasn't aware of that. In PC, it looks really good. It looks really shiny.
Yeah.
And all of my memories were ingrained on my brain since pre-beta or looking at PC. And recently, well, a couple months ago, I saw it on mobile, and yeah, it doesn't look good on mobile at all.
Nothing looks
I
good
don't
on
know what to
mobile.
do
I think Arctic said on Twitter the other day that he played on an older device on and he's like, the textures are horrible. It was like
I have a. Can we take a moment and just take a look at the spear, right? Why, bro?
which spear?
This guy,
Which spear?
this spear that I'm wearing right now in my hand at the moment.
Let's see.
Take over your goddamn table, man. Why is it like blurry in the middle there? What happened there? Like what went wrong there? Like everything
Stretch.
was perfect. Well, it does look stretched. Yeah, that's true. I didn't think. But it doesn't. Why does it look like that? Why didn't they fix it? Like it looks good all over except that part. I don't get it.
If you mention it, I wouldn't notice. You have to be looking at really closely to notice because if you look from any distance, I see it
Yeah,
normally.
like you can see.
It looks. But take your goddamn spear,
boy.
man.
Cutie boy. Don't be jealous just because mine's bigger.
What? Oh, if we're fighting about something else, then yeah, maybe. But
Oh my god. Let me put my table back on. There we go.
thanks for putting your table back on,
It
man.
was a bad idea just putting my weapons.
Yeah. Alright, but yeah, I think upgrade systems for existing rare items could work. It'll give people a reason to farm the existing rare items. Yeah. Blame Acualescent and all of my rabid coffee drinking. Yes.
Fair warning, brother. Gave you that fair warning.
You did give me that fair warning. But Loki was about to make a point before we started comparing spares.
Excuse me?
I was.
Yeah, you started saying something and then we cut you off. I'm sorry. Oh, Acualescent, Ace has a good point. There is a weapon effect that you want on your weapon in Traha.
Excuse me?
Yeah, this is how we get Acualescent into Traha.
Advertisement for Traha.
Oh, Ace is only advertising for Traha because he currently holds the #1 spot. He's been trying to hold that #1 spot for the last 2 seasons.
Oh man, I'm not trying any new game. I'm focusing on actually besides like this is my background game. Right now I've been replaying the Mass Effect series. I'm gonna finally play the God damn it.
Oh yeah. Question. What happened?
What happened? What?
What happened to this? Fainal, do you see this? Like these, like Look at the top
Oh,
part.
what happened to the weapon?
I don't know, man.
That's an animation, right?
Yeah, like if you try to scroll down at some angle, it looks like the thing has been crushed. Like
Yeah, it's
it.
completely missing.
It's invisible to me on stream.
I'm gonna have
Yeah.
to report that. Yeah, I wasn't aware of that one.
You're
I don't know what
welcome.
happened.
It's now on my stream. I can remove the table so you get a nice little clip at the 2 hour and 30-minute mark. There we go.
Yeah, that's not how it's supposed to look. I don't remember how the original looks, and I'm gonna have to report that one specifically.
Bro, Fainal is gonna slash kill me, I swear.
Alright. What do you mean you still look better than me, 05? Listen, my set is the best set in game, okay? It's nice and shiny. It's the darkest set in game with a nice little silver lining. And I spent.
It's so fucking pedestrian.
I have I got a follow from government official. Hello. Hello, government official.
I like that you combined it with the anniversary cape, which happens to be a perfect pick with the armor.
Yeah. It does, actually. It just needs a sword. We don't have any swords that work well with the set other than this.
No, yeah, Talon's weaponry doesn't exist.
Flag of Copium. You guys could probably introduce Talon weapons as well at some point for all the different Talon sets. Sworn Oath
That
Win,
would be lovely.
Flag of Copium.
That would be lovely.
The bug reporting system is really too complicated. Sorry,
what were you saying?
Oh no, I just saw Luna's thing about some people bug reporting things, and I'm like, the bug reporting system is too complicated because it takes you out of the game.
Yeah, it is a bit complicated. It's not as easy as the player report system. When you just click report lag, he is ugly. See, it's really fast to do, and then you have a report.
Screenshot in your chat after this, so you can see what your set looks like to mobile players.
Oh, seriously though, I want the sword version of the guns.
You're gonna ruin the set for him.
Yeah.
Lag hating on mobile? Question mark.
Lag is a mobile player. Just wanted to know that.
He's playing on PC. Gotcha.
I play on mobile usually.
Lies.
And Julia casually flexing the guns that I don't have.
Nice.
And
awesome.
Yeah. All right. More pastel. Sorry, what?
You guys have not even noticed using a fully customizable, fully custom set of armor. It's so humble. You guys don't even notice that it is.
What is a fully customizable set of armor?
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't even show.
Oh.
If you inspect my armor, all of the pieces are like customizable. Customize. Yeah, that's the word.
Oh.
But it's the exact same armor.
It is. Axe. Where's the report button?
Report cheating.
Oh.
All right.
So I think we've discussed everything.
Time to leave VIP and join Tower. Here we go. Time for the collab, man.
Oh jeez. Oh my god. What sword is that?
Seraphic Paladin.
Oh my god. This man. Alright. I think we covered everything we had to talk about guild stuff. And oh, sorry. Okay. I looked to Discord to see if you sent the screenshot, Lucky. But
oh no, I haven't sent it yet.
Ended up opening DMs.
I was just gonna say, Fainal, what's with your power? Your gear's weak for custom gear.
Oh no, that's
power 80.
Yeah, I think actually these are 80, but usually when you inspect someone, it doesn't actually show the actual power of the item.
Oh yeah.
I don't understand why.
You want me to bug report that for you right now?
No, it's okay. Yeah, the golden Fainal pixel, for example, it says that it's 60 power level, and I'm sure that those are not 60 power level.
No.
Bro, this guy is underground, man.
Yeah, I don't know when that happens. I have never been able to realize. I mean, figure out what that was the case with that.
Yeah.
I think it has to do with scaling, but I'm not sure.
Somebody asked for more white sets earlier, like white palette sets. That would be nice. But I want more black sets, like the same shade of black, because every single black set that comes out is a different shade of black, and I'm like,
That's a different shade, I know.
Yeah, that has bothered me for so long, man. Like, I'm not sure what color palettes are given Dage to work with, but like, can we be consistent with our tones, or at least make them blend and match together?
yes, please. Like every single Legion set that has come out has been a different shade of black, and it doesn't match at all. Gold shades are much worse. Oh yeah. For the timestamps on when I upload this VOD to YouTube, I'm gonna just title this section random extra.
Yeah, Morph is right. Gold is fucked as well, too, man. 1000%. That color has like 5 versions in games. Like, damn.
Does
guys.
anybody want to edit my VOD and bleep all of Acualescent's bleeping?
You're gonna have to fully replace him at this point to edit him out.
Yeah, I love it. Admit it.
Making gold sets is hard. No, just use the Shiver armor, easy. And 05, no, I'm not gonna say that your set is better than mine. Oh, that was a white set that Loki was using. Oh no, what?
Nothing, man. Keep going.
That's whale armor lag. What is whale armor? Oh god.
That means you had $7 million to blow on it.
Item dying would be amazing. I would really love item dying, but I don't think that would ever come to AQ3D because it would ruin all of the previous things that like the Wraith Mansa, for example.
But they already introduced it, though.
But dying?
Yeah. Yukai Island, man. The fucking samurai robes. What are they called? You could dye your robes of different colors.
Yeah.
They introduced that a long time ago.
Excuse me?
And they haven't built on it yet. It's like, if we could dye our robes, like, hello. Let's do dyeing them, boys.
Lag doesn't know his game. Damn.
Alright.
Yeah, and tangle
gonna...
wings, like Luna said.
Are we gonna wrap it up?
Yes, let us wrap it up now. We'll wrap up this part of the discussion and then I'll just chill around. Fair to it, you know, Acualescent says he can go all night. And so I'll just let everybody else talk while I run around in game doing random nonsense. So I'll probably end the stream here. Well, not the stream, but I'll cut the VOD here when I upload it to YouTube as well. So somebody just, I'll actually make a note of the time so it'd be easy for me. 2:42. Alright. So once again, I just want to, why is there a chest in my face?
Oops. Missed a minute. Okay, say bye while people hit the chest.
Oh.
Oh, jeez. All of our go-tos are off.
Hey, just summon everyone I know. They're all on the wrong server.
Yeah, limited. I mean, they have a lot of HP. You guys have time.
Okay. Let me turn my go-tos back on. Alright, so while I do that, let me just say real quick, thank you to everybody that's been here. Thank you to everybody on the panel. Thank you to Acualescent for being here. Thank you to Loki Monster for being here. Thank you to Fainal for being here. And thank you to Bob for being here. No, I turned on my go-to. My summon word is Car24. Go, go, go.
Hurry up, hurry up. I mean, they actually have a lot of time. These things, I may have spawned them with too much HP.
Don't worry, we have Samurai, it's fine.
True.
Yeah,
Real.
it works. It's okay, bro. Don't worry.
Rufio is like Traha Gold greater than live event coin. Man's farming Traha Gold right now. Jeez. Alright, so everybody that's watching stream, thank you very much, Sir Fainal.
No problemo. Thank you
This
for
is-
reminding me. Sorry for coming late.
This is a very good reward for everybody that listened to all of our discussion and all of our off-topic discussions, especially because I know we
Yeah,
can
This
go
is a good
off-topic.
reward. One chest for each hour that they had to withstand.
Yeah. What is this on my screen? What is this screen just stuck in midair thing?
It's because you're lagging and someone is using Course Weaver.
That looks really weird.
Thanks for telling me
Yes.
that. Bug people with that in PvP.
No tea, no shade, no pink lemonade.